son? What's up? Ice up, son. What's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. The Panthers on a prowl will continue driving down the field to the red zone. We just got a first down and 10. Smitty on the loose, wide open Ted again. Stack 6 more on the board, looking like a win. With the 6-game winning streak, put them out their misery. Brady wanna cry when the ref threw the penalty. Panthers got a hot team, Patriots the enemy. Draw the first blood, different team than we used to be. Cam swerving through the traffic, signaling a first down. Fans on their feet and the crowd getting really loud. Offense did a job off the field. There's a towel. Bank of America. Stadium is going down. Defense got him pushed back to the end zone. Hardy with the sack. That's a safety and we got the ball. Rushing on your shotgun. Staring at the barrel, y'all. All New England fans hear him saying that ain't fair. Ice up, son. What's up? Ice up, son. What's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. Ice up, son. What's up? Ice up, son. What's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. Better watch the linebacker. He can read you like a book. Run 40 yards just to tackle Luke. Got him shook. Tober like a tank. And D'Angelo with the fake. Stiff arm out of bounds. 25 a game. Stewart back, healthy 3 lethal running backs. It's suicide at the wide receivers, it's a rout. Secret weapon make plays, Greg Olsen make it happen. Keep pounding on these haters, we ain't playing John Madden. Legion of the hometown go boom. Force and fumbles, Panthers making sure the ball is loose. Jack move, Charles Johnson, yeah, he will come attack you. State of mind, mentally and physically, we pass you. Godfrey in the nickel back, and he making sure we're safe. Panthers on the prowl, we gon' come and elevate the state. Hard fought thriller, only 59 seconds left. Panther fans on the feet, heart beating out the chest. Ice up, son. What's up? Ice up, son. What's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. Ice up, son. What's up? Ice up, son. What's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. Ice up, son. What's up? Ice up, son. What's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. Ice up, son. What's up? Ice up, son. Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding.
What's up, Keep Pounding crew? It is the Carolina Blueprint episode reaction for you guys. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down below if you feel like doing so. And don't forget to check out the Facebook group page, Keep Pounding, for in-game posts, polls, opinions, and reactions to NFL news, such as scheduling and reactions to NFL news, and whatever we decide to plan. Also, Fantasy Football League starts up in July, so I'll let you know when that will occur. Alright, let's get into it. So, first of all, we've got the new stadium design. I'm going to show it on screen in just a second here. Hold on. But, I'm going to be real with you. Okay, it's not working. It wants to be a troll today, so hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, there we go. Alright, so new stadium design. And so let's first of all look at the new stadium design. What is this going to look like? What is this going to entail? First of all, you're going to be seeing video boards on the outside. If this is approved, it is yet to be approved by the city of Charlotte yet. I want to stress that they have not approved it yet. Alright, so video boards on the outside. You're looking at the railings and all this stuff here. A lot of structural design up here. And let's see. This is what I want to draw people's attention to right here, this one. Because, okay, this is supposed to be the club area right here. You know, you're supposed to be getting, like, bar, drinks, whatever, you know, food, whatever you want in here. That's your VIP seating right there. And then you got the upper club stuff right here. And then I'm not even sure what that's supposed to be up there. Or up there. I think those are just viewing platforms. So we'll get back to that in a minute. And there's one more image as well. Hold up, let me play through this because
They say home.
they did a whole video thing of it. I'm not gonna react to it, but what I want to react to is a very specific picture. If they show it on there. Okay, cool. Don't care. Alright, here we go. It's AI generated. I mean, the outside looks dope. I'll give you that. The outside looks dope. I'm down for the outside improvements. But it's purely cosmetics, though. Alright, so we're about to take a look at what's up here. Let's see what's up here. Alright, so hold up, let me back that up. Alright, so what are these? These are VIP tables and stuff like that? Is that what this is? Up here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to see what this is. Alright, so it looks like VIP tables. You know? You're just hosting the club level seating. You know, you got your tables, you got your food up here. You got your beverages, whatever they may be, up here. And you got a couple of video boards up here. I mean, it looks sleek, but, you know, my whole thing is, like, all of this is exposed to weather. All of this is exposed to weather. There's no coverings. No coverings whatsoever. The only cover you got is the one right here to cover up the bar area for the employees, that are making your food and your drinks. All right, so that's one negative I've got right there. Now let's kind of continue here because it's gonna. There it is. Okay, so you got some video boards in the main walkways. You got a painting right here of Bryce Young. Like, my whole thing is like, okay, are they gonna be changing up that painting every time we get like a new quarterback or a player that they want to promote? Like, what's gonna happen there? That's my question about that. But I do like the video boards. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of video boards, but it looks nice. It's aesthetically beautiful. The team store looks beautiful too. Okay. Your team store has expanded there. You got like a little bar area here. You got some food areas. Okay, cool. You got a little barbecue place here. You're promoting your soccer team up here too, on the video board. The Charlotte. I mean, it looks aesthetically nice, man. I'm not gonna lie, it looks nice. Um, that's what it's gonna look like after it's done. I only pointed out that one issue so far. I'm gonna continue on here. Let's read through these, and then I'm gonna point out what I don't like. All right. All right. Brand new seats installed throughout the bowl. All right. Improved accessibility throughout the facility. Designed and constructed in a way that allows individuals with a range of disabilities to have access without barriers. Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I support that. Stadium safety and security enhancements, including illuminated wayfinding and improved lighting. Okay, that's what y'all want to do. I'm down for that. Reimagine South Lawn Pavilion area that could be used as a community gathering spot, an outdoor classroom on game days and non-event days. All right. Upgraded restrooms throughout the stadium for better sustainability, accessibility to the surface. Okay. I'm for that. Those lines were way too long, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Enhancements to the stadium exterior to reaffirm its place as an iconic, beloved fixture of the Charlotte skyline. I mean, it already looks like an iconic, beloved fixture of the Charlotte skyline. All you're doing is just adding some video boards. A reduction of our impact on the environment and demand on city infrastructure throughout the modernization of building systems, including mechanical, plumbing, electrical, and havoc. See, I don't know nothing about all that stuff. Somebody's gonna have to fill me in on all that. I don't know how that reduces stuff on the environment. I don't get that. Like, I don't know nothing about all that stuff. So somebody will have to teach me about that. As far as like the modernizing of building systems, that's mechanical, plumbing, electrical. I don't deal with all that. So y'all gonna have to educate me on that too. So I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. Um, City of Carolinas. Blah 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 blah. A lot of fluff. Charlotte FC team president says it also serves as a pillar of our community and supports our mission to be a unifying force. Okay, cool. Don't care. You know, I I'm one of those people that just doesn't really care about soccer, to be honest with you. You know, if we got a soccer team, that's cool. But I'm not. I'm not big on soccer, so I'm not a big supporter. The fact that we got a major league soccer team in Charlotte is a big deal because it brings in a lot of tourism and and money to the stadium. That's a good thing. Uh, which improves the facilities and everything else. I'm for that, but would I go actually watch an FC uh, club game? No, probably not, because it's not my thing. With all due respect. But do we need a quote from the president? Of course, because it does impact them as well. It's their stadium too. So, that's why I read off that comment because it matters. Um, but my only focus is towards the Panthers. So, the renovation would be an ongoing partnership between TSE and the city of Charlotte. Total investment: a fixed investment of $650 million from the city of Charlotte over the term of the deal. All right, so let's take a look at what this deal entails here. Total investment is $688 million by Tepper and Sports Entertainment, including $117 million that was invested prior to 2024 and an estimated $571 million. $150 million towards the renovation plans, plus well, not the plans, but plus potential overages and an estimated $421 million for capital investment improvements over the term of the deal. For the project, TSA will implement a minority-owned and small business enterprises strategy that aligns with Charlotte business inclusion program priorities and needs. Okay, that's good. That's good right there. Through the launch of a proactive campaign and recruitment events, TSA is committed to enriching the candidate pool while enhancing capacity and identifying target categories for apprenticeship programs. I have no idea what all that's supposed to be about, but do what you do. Since 2018, TSA related entities have contributed $44 million to nonprofits across the region, with $28 million in Charlotte and the surrounding areas. That's good. That's very good. And I'm just reading off all this stuff before I start reacting to it. What's up, Marcos Cash? Shout out to you. Bunch of fluff that we already know. Okay, nearly 40 ticketed events held at Bank of America Stadium each year, attracting visitors from across the region and around the world. In 2023, 9 of the 10 busiest days for Uptown occurred on days when we had events at Bank of America Stadium, with all stadium events driving $1.1 billion on economic impact to Charlotte in 2023. Okay, wow, that's wonderful. That's wonderful right there. That's good. Members of the Charlotte City Council will be meeting over the course of the next several weeks to discuss the Bank of America Stadium renovation project. That means, ladies and gentlemen, they have not approved it yet. It is not approved yet. This is before I even start getting into the negatives of this. It has not been approved yet. They are still discussing it. I want to make sure everybody's aware of that. But if you want this full list of things, go on the Panthers news page, Planning for the Future of Bank of America Stadium. You can find that on here. They've got a whole video on it, promoting it. Alright, so let's take a look at what I think could be potential negatives here. All right, first of all, let's put this into perspective. We just came off a 2-win season. Keep that in mind. We just came off a 2-win season. We are unsure of where the future is going to be in Carolina. We think that there's going to be good things coming, with the teams winning and future playoff endeavors. But we aren't sure. We have no idea what the future is going to hold. So, putting this in perspective from a winning perspective of just the team by itself, we don't know what's going to happen. We can predict all we like, but we don't know what the ending result is going to look like. I can truthfully say I think it's going to be 7 to 8 wins. Everybody's got a different prediction of the record this year, and that's fair. At this point, nobody's wrong because we haven't played a single game yet. So, that in mind, you're coming off a 2-win season. This is a fact. This team has not done anything in the last 4 years. Nothing at all. So, here's my whole thing. And I'll partially include the Wilkes era as well. When he was interim. We technically have not done anything. We have exactly 6 full winning seasons since we were accepted as a franchise. 6 out of 20-something seasons. And one of those seasons, we actually, which is included as a 7th successful season, which is where we made the playoffs with 7 wins. This is a factor, okay? It is the reason we do not have primetime games. It is the reason we do not have anything being directed at us media-wise. Okay, so let's take this into perspective here. Do we have images of, yeah, there it is. All right, from an infrastructure, athletic point. All right, let's look at this from just what we're going to be seeing when we walk into the stadium, right? And then we'll talk analytics with the numbers. After going through this list, in detail of positives and negatives here. Alright, so this area right here, this is where I've got an issue. 1, this takes away from PSL owners' seats. They will not have PSL owner seats in that area any longer. That's going to hurt all the PSL owners. What are they going to do? We're talking about the PSL owners that we still have left after the trash 3 years that we just had. Keep that in mind. Because the last 3 or 4 years have been trash. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be real. Let's call it what it is. And if you want respect from the media, if you want respect from the NFL, you got to earn it. You got to earn it. All right, so you got no coverings here. No coverings from the weather at all. None at all. Now let's take this into consideration. We've had flooding in the stadium. We've had rainstorms. We've had all kinds of wacky weather come through Charlotte. You name it, we've had it come through Charlotte. I mean, this is just... You can't have an open area with club seating that's outdoors. No, I want to show y'all something because, hold on. Now, let me show you something. I want you to see this because, hold on. The reason I'm bringing this up is because of how they laid out this stadium for the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves have like a bunch of like club area seating out here. You know, they've got all of that the extra stuff out here. You know, you got your Mendoza area here. You got your video board and all that stuff out here. And I mean, that's nice. That's nice aesthetically. And they can get away with this because guess what? It's baseball. They don't play in rainy weather. They don't play in nasty conditions. That's the point I'm trying to make. So yes, you could get away with having all this open area stuff in the club area out here. The VIP area and stuff like that. That's baseball though. That's a baseball layout. Now when you're talking football layout, it's totally different because you got to play in rain, sleet, flooding, you name it. What happens with the club owners is they end up paying all that money and then they get drowned in this area. Y'all remember those games where the rain flooded the seats? And it went up to your freaking, up past your ankles? Now what's going to happen if this area floods? You're not going to have this area open at all. At all. They're going to have to shut this down. There's no way you could operate a club area in flooding water. It is not possible. Now, I'm going to go right back to the Braves Stadium real quick. When they had flood water and stuff like that, even when they didn't have a game, they had to shut that area down. You could not even go in there. I would know that because I'm a Braves fan. I haven't bought any tickets for that area, but same point though. I've been paying attention. I pay attention to this stuff because it matters. Now, our club and VIP areas used to be in these windowed areas right here, you know. So, by putting all this stuff out here, you're exposing all of these people to the weather elements. And while that might be nice on a Sunday afternoon, you know, at 1 o'clock, you know, when we got sunny weather, what happens if we get a rainstorm? And these players still have to come out there and play. But the fans are going to be like, okay, where are we going? We going inside the concourse? Everybody's going to be up in this concourse area, and it's going to be crowded, packed out with people up in here. You know, up in these stadium areas right here, to the left and to the right. That's not effective. That is not effective, folks. I've seen that in Clemson where they have the whole inner bowl just packed out with people. And I mean, like, you are shoulder to shoulder with these people when it's raining and it's nasty weather. That's what we're going to be dealing with, folks. You really want that? You really want that? The whole club area shut down when we got bad weather. The whole club area when you got flooding. That's not... No. Nah, I didn't get to the blueprints last night. Nah. I saw it too late. By the time I saw it was up, you know, I had a lot going on yesterday, so I never got to it. I saw everybody went live and everything, though. But I didn't see the actual video show up in my news feed till like 11 o'clock at night. And I was just like, nah, I've already got stuff going on by that point. But yeah, y'all remember them flooded games, man. Them flooded games where that water went up, halfway past your ankle. How are you going to run a club area when you got that much flooding? How? It's going to go halfway up this bar. That water's going to go at least a third of the way up that bar right there when you got flooding. Not to mention that water's going to come into the back area where you're going to have all your fans going out to the left side and to the right side inside of the stadium area. You're still getting flooding. The weather will screw this plan up royally. You got no covering. I don't like that. That's not going to work for me as a fan. If I'm buying club seats, that's not going to work for me. Plus, you're already taking away PSL owner seats. No, that's going to piss off the PSL owners. So that's a 2 birds for 1 stone right there. Actually 3. If you consider how shoulder to shoulder packed out this area is going to be, inside of the stadium during bad weather. And we experience a lot of bad weather in Charlotte. You name it, we played through it. Sleet, rain, even snow. We have played through it. But the fans, yeah, I mean, if you bought one of these seats, you're expecting that. You know what I mean? That you know exactly what you're paying for. You bought that knowing what the weather was going to be like. You showed up knowing what the weather was going to be like. So I don't want to hear any excuses for the people that buy these seats up here, in the nosebleeds. But when you buy the club level seats and you got this going on, I'm trying to tell you this does not work. The difference between that and the Atlanta Braves Stadium is that's baseball. Baseball, you're allowed to have club seating. You're allowed to have all that stuff outside. And I know I'm going to get some comments about that too. That's baseball. You don't play bad weather games in baseball. Football, you got no choice. You got to play through it. This ain't the same sport. This is not the same type. So, right out of the jump, man, I got issues with that right there. And if you've ever been into like a restaurant area where you've worked in a restaurant, you put like boxes of food on the ground. You got all kinds of all type of stuff on the ground, in boxes. So if you get flooding, you gonna have to shut all of that down. You gonna have to put those inventory boxes somewhere. Where you gonna put them? That's coming from somebody that's worked in the food industry for 2 years as a fast food man. I understand this, okay? This is not good business practice. This is not good business practice right here. I don't like it. So, all right, now let's talk about this area right here. This area, okay, you got railings up here. As long as these are structurally safe, you should be fine. You can avoid lawsuits. You can avoid people falling off. You're good. I got no problem with that. It is aesthetically pleasing. It does look nice. I'll give you that. Now, I like this. We already had a visual video board out there already. So we started going towards this direction already anyway. And I like how it looks. It's very nice. Is it necessary? No. I'm gonna be real with you. Is it needed? No. But does it look nice? Sure. And I think in a lot of ways they're trying to tailor this stadium in a way that looks like a Major League Soccer stadium. You know, like the ones they have in Europe, um, and in the Olympics, which I don't really have a problem with. But at the same time, like you got to remember that this was a football stadium before it ever became a soccer stadium, or in Europe's case, football stadium. Because I want to include all the people in Europe in this, because since we're talking about that sport as well, so it's football and football in Europe. So they're trying to tailor it to look like a football stadium in Europe, essentially, which I don't really have a problem with. If that's what you want to do, that's nice. That's nice and all, but is that worth the taxpayers' money? Think about it, folks. Think about it. Think about it. Is this practical? Is this what you want, Charlotte taxpayers? When you know this is not going to work business-wise? Think about it. Use your noggins. You think about it from a business perspective. You've already lost the PSL owners. They're not coming back. Now you got a club area that's not going to be open to the public while you got bad weather. That's going to turn people away too. Okay, so that being the case, they showed hold up. So if you want to know what these top areas are, these are tables and bar chairs, okay? And then the top area is just a viewing platform. That's all it is. Literally all it is. So, I mean, did you really approve it? Because we could do that already in our seats. All you're adding is literally a couple of video boards in a club area that's outdoors. That's literally it. And some tables. Okay? And you're exposing all those fans to the weather. And you don't think there's going to be consequences to that? Come on, man. Come on, man. Alright, so let's talk about that team store. Hold up. This is the next area I want to look at. Alright, expanded team store. Cool. That looks nice. I like the video boards. I'm for that. Go ahead and put those up. Those look awesome. You know, are they going to be changing that wall up with whatever favorite player that you want to put in here? It doesn't even necessarily have to be Bryce. It could be somebody else. It could be Luke Kuechly. It could be Greg Olsen. It could be whoever you want on that wall. You know, that is a current player. That's cool. You know, are they going to be changing that up, or are we permanently going to be looking at Bryce Young? That's my question right there. And I understand this is CGI, but what type of fan is going to stand on top of the handrails to take a picture of that? Come on, man. Like, that is so dumb. Alright, whatever. I'm going to look past that. But yeah, is this aesthetically pleasing? Absolutely it is. Is it needed? No. But I'll tell you what, it does look nice. So, do I approve of that? Sure. I like where that's going right there. I don't see any negatives. I don't see where that could be of any harm. So, I'm with it. You know, I like the sliding glass windows. You got your barbecue. You got your bar over here. You got your retail area. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You're promoting the FC Charlotte team up here. That's cool. You know, if it's for the fans, absolutely. You know, I'm not gonna knock that. You know, again, is it necessary though? Not really, but it's nice. You know, I like the decorative stuff. All right, now we're gonna get into the actual functionality stuff. This is what I wanted to focus on because I didn't see this initially. I saw the pictures initially, but I didn't see this. And if you want to follow along, go to Panthers.com news / planning for the future of the Bank of America Stadium. That's where you'll find this. All right, so brand new seats installed throughout the bowl. Approved. That seating is plastic. It's hard covered, and it's yeah. They got to do a little better with that. You know, a little bit of an improvement there would not hurt. I'm not, I'm not complaining about it right now, but I'm with it. I'm with it. Improved accessibility throughout the facility, designed and constructed in a way that allows individuals with a range of disabilities to have access without barriers. Yes, yes, and yes. I approve of this all day long because I've seen so many people with like disabilities and stuff like that have trouble in the stadium when I was there. And I've been there for 5 games out of the times that we've had games there. But 5 games is enough to get an idea. You know, before renovations, the current renovations that are there, and the current renovations that are there right now too, which would be when we had the black helmets introduced. That was the game I went to against the Falcons. You know, so I got a good look at like how all of this stuff was laid out, and yeah, that definitely does need to be improved. I'll give you that. So yes, that is worth the taxpayer money right there. Stadium safety and security enhancements, including illuminated wayfinding and improved lighting. Sure, sure, I approve. I think it's good. I think it's good for the stadium, and I think it's good for the safety of the patrons. Uh, that is worth the taxpayer money. A reimagined South Lawn Pavilion area that can be used as a community gathering spot or outdoor classroom on game days and non-event days. Okay, but why can't you do that during indoors? That's my thought. If you want to do that stuff outdoors, okay, cool. But you know, um, I just don't see the point. But okay, you know, they're talking about this. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. They're talking about this picture right here. This is the community gathering area. They call it a community gathering area, you know, up on this second terrace here. Second one down from the top. You know, the third one, I'm not sure what that is exactly. But you got your bar area down here. And your club area down here. Okay, so how exactly does that help us? You know, upgraded restrooms throughout the stadium for better sustainability, accessibility, and the speed of service. Yes, yes, and yes. If you have been to this stadium, you realize how crowded and overcrowded those restrooms are during game days. I cannot agree more to this one right here. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Make it a possibility. Yup. 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 Everybody can agree with that one. Alright, so enhancements to the stadium exterior to reaffirm its place as an iconic, beloved fixture of the Charlotte skyline. I mean, it already is. Let's be real, it already is. Anything you do extra with it is just exactly that, it's extra. A reduction of our impact of the environment demand on city infrastructure through the modernization of building systems, including mechanical, plumbing, electrical, and havoc. See, I don't know nothing about all that stuff. Y'all have to show me about all that stuff. I don't mess with all that. See, that's why I'm not an engineer. I'm not a plumber. I'm not an electrical guy. I don't know nothing about all that. So, I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. You know what I mean? If you like that, fair enough. You know, so we got a total of 650 million from the city of Charlotte proposed over the term of the deal. For how many years? How many years are we building this? You know, are we going to have construction issues, you know, while we're trying to go to games? You know, is a certain part of the stadium going to be blocked off during that time period? You know, while we have regular season games? You know, what's going to be what gives there? You know, what's the term? What are we doing here? You know, years wise. What are we going to be giving up to get this? You know, that's the main question I got here. Uh, and while that's great for the minority owned and small business enterprises, that's great. You know, that's awesome. You know, it includes inclusion program priorities and needs. Awesome. You know, I'm never going to deny that or say anything negative about that. That's awesome. I want these small businesses and minority owned businesses to succeed. I want them to succeed because it adds to the overall value of the city. You know, as a businessman, I understand this. You know, I got an associate's degree in business management, so I understand how this stuff works. So, you speaking my language right there. I want that. You know, as a taxpayer. You know, if I'm living in Charlotte, then I would want to hear that information right there. I would want to look into that a little bit more. You know, on the surface it looks beautiful, but once you start diving into numbers, you know, how many years we're looking at for the construction process, you know, total investment of 688 plus million by Tepper. Tepper invested this by himself in order to finish this project up. That's what that means. So that includes 117 million that was invested prior to 2024. This is down payment money. So if they were to approve of it, he would have to pay that up front right now to start this construction process. Then you have an estimated 571 million with 150 of that towards renovation plus potential overages. So you're looking at an estimated 421 million for capital improvements over the term of the deal. So again, like, are Charlotte taxpayers getting their money's worth out of this? That's the end question that you have to come up with after all of this. Yes, we are getting 1.1 billion in economic impact, you know, every year. Okay. But is this worth the money for an extra $100 on everybody's tax bill, state tax bill, that or city tax bill that goes straight to the stadium? I think it's city tax, isn't it? It's city tax. I don't think it's state. I think it's city. But that money goes straight towards the stadium. Like, if you living in Charlotte right now, is this worth the money? Like, after a 2-win season, Do we really deserve to have a new stadium design right now? Do we really deserve that? Have we earned it? Ask yourselves that, folks. Because we don't know where the future of this team is going, you know, moving forward. We can guess. We can make very positive, educated guesses, because of how the team is doing, you know, with the Carolina Panthers. But have we earned it? No. Has Charlotte FC done like anything really impactful during their seasons? I have no idea. I don't follow soccer. So y'all have to tell me on that one. Y'all have to tell me about the layout, of how all that works. Because I don't pay attention to that in Major League Soccer. So, again, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, y'all. Is this what we really want to do? With all the negative impacts that I've just pointed out to you guys? $650 million is what we're asking from the Charlotte taxpayers. $650 million. $650 million from the city of Charlotte. Now let me remind you, this is the same owner that has royally screwed up the city of Spartanburg and cost them $8 million of revenue by moving the training camp out of Spartanburg back up to Charlotte. This is the same owner that could not get the training camp moved to York County and shut down the project halfway through, costing millions of workers that were working on that project payments that he eventually had to pay off to make sure that they had their bills paid and food on their table. These are families that are being impacted by that stuff. Actual families. You're impacting people's lives, Mr. Tepper. Do you realize how big this is? Is it really worth the cost? Ask yourself that, Mr. Tepper, before you start dilly-dallying with your billions of dollars. Think about it, what you're doing with your money. I'll put this into perspective for you. Okay, a billionaire. Have y'all ever watched Iron Man 2? Have y'all ever watched Iron Man 2 where Tony Stark decides, oh, I want to buy an Indy car now. Just because I got billions of dollars. I got all this extra money. Alright, so he gets in his Indy car and he wrecks it. He decides he wants to race in an Indy. The Indy 500 or something like that. Whatever country that was. And you come up with injuries. Okay, was it worth it? Just because you got all the billions of dollars doesn't mean you can do whatever the heck you want with it without consequences. It's got to affect somebody, man. If it doesn't affect you, it's going to affect everybody else. Now, I'll say this, man. When billionaires get all that money and they don't know what to do with it, they got like 15 mansions that are never lived in. They got 15 cars that they'll never drive. I mean, what are you doing? You ain't got time to take care of all that stuff. You got to hire people to take care of that stuff for you. To maintain all that stuff for you. And you don't even get the chance to... You don't even have the time to drive all those cars. You ain't got all the time to live in all those houses. So what you're literally doing is just wasting your money. Just because you can. And this is what I feel like he's doing with this franchise. He's treating it like, oh well, this is my pet pet project, like a racing car or something, on a. Come on, man. Like he's working on a hot rod or something. Like you can't treat this franchise like this forever, Mr. Tepper. Why do you think all the NFL owners hate you in that room? Because you're abusing your ability with that money. And then you want to get salty because your team doesn't win. Money doesn't buy you wins. Money doesn't buy you wins. A new stadium design does not buy you wins. I've been trying to tell you this, Mr. Tepper. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it because you're arrogant. Put your arrogance aside for a minute, man. Put your arrogance aside. $650 million is what we're talking about right now. That you are asking from the city of Charlotte. One of the major cities in America. This impacts people's lives. That extra $100 could put people out of an apartment. Some of these people might have to take out a mortgage on their house. Some of these people might have to quit their job because it's not paying enough. And try to find something in a higher paid job. And they can't do it. So they end up in the employment line. This is what you're doing, Mr. Tepper. $650 million for this garbage right here. When we just came off a 2-win season. These are Charlotte taxpayers. Half these people aren't even Panthers fans. Half these people aren't even Panthers fans. You're impacting these people's lives. The city of York County weren't even Panthers fans. And you impacted their lives too. You got half of Spartanburg that aren't even Panthers fans. And you impacted their lives by the $8 million of profits that they're not going to get. Put in their pockets that could help feed their family for another year. Think about that before you start investing money. And wasting your money like this. This is the crap that pisses me off about these rich owners, man. They just do whatever the heck they want and they think there's no consequences. Listen to me very carefully. You will get consequences, but it will not directly affect you. And that's why they think, well, it's just a waste. Yeah, it's another 100,000. It's like pocket change to these people. You know? To somebody like Tepper, $650 million, who cares? But if you think about it, this franchise was worth how much when he bought it? That's half the original value of this franchise put together. And you're throwing around, you're asking for $650 million just for the heck of it? Just for a few aesthetic things? Nah, bro. No. This is not the way. This is not the way to improve this franchise. This right here, no, this has got to go. This has got to go right here. No. Now, I will say this. Brand new seats are a poor, very poor excuse for doing this. And you're sacrificing PSL owner seats by doing this. So what are you really accomplishing? Absolutely nothing. The only thing you're accomplishing is, okay, brand new seats, cool. Alright, cool. But what is it going to cost the fans? See, you didn't think about that, did you? You didn't think about that before you made this investment. Alright. Now, see, if you had asked for, like, $100 million, to deal with like improved facility construction, for disabilities, stadium safety enhancements, you know, better restrooms. Okay, cool. Maybe we could justify some video boards, being put around the stadium in a better team store. Maybe then I would buy into it and I'd be like, all right, cool. If that's all you're doing, go for it. Put some video boards in. You know, I got no issue with that. A little mural on the wall, cool. You know, I'm straight with that. Because all of that comes with mechanical, plumbing, electrical, and havoc. Stuff like that. So that's great. You're talking $100 million versus $650 million. $650 million that you are asking for from the Charlotte taxpayers. Sure, you put in $688 million of your own money, but that's a drop in the bucket. That's a drop in the bucket compared to how much you're making off of us. Come on, man. Remind me again what that number was that we get every year? 1.1 billion. Billion with a B. Versus the 688 million that he just put in. Are y'all starting to see the big picture now? Are y'all starting to see why this is not a good thing? Now, like I said, if you put $100 million and you approve the things that I just mentioned, okay, cool. Put in some video boards. I'm down with that. Okay, some better seating. I'm not gonna argue with that. As long as the PSL owners keep their seats. That's cool. But this is not. How does this help us? Literally, how does this help us? I don't understand. Please explain to me how this helps us. Right up here. $650 million from the city taxpayers, man. Disgusting. Disgusting waste of money. Of taxpayer money. I could say a handful of things about the government wasting our tax dollars, but I'm not going to go into that subject. It's like, this is no different from the government, Congressman and Senate, wasting your money right now. Taxpayer dollars. So let me tell you something. If you live out of state, you're not worried about this because you're not paying taxes on it. This is for the people that are paying taxes on this stuff. You have full right to be pissed off right now. One, for the result of how this team is doing right now. Two, because of the fact that we have not worked on parking. We have not worked on changing out the turf field for a grass field to protect your players. Which both of those should be a priority right now, I might add. Way before all of the rest of this. Way before all the rest of this. But no, you want to focus on aesthetically pleasing stuff in your stadium. And the parking gets ignored again. Meanwhile, you got Adam Thielen over here saying we need to improve our facilities. What are you doing about the facilities? Nothing. Nothing was mentioned in this proposal about facilities. Name one thing that was mentioned in this entire bullet point area about facilities. You got our best wide receiver complaining about our facilities, saying they're the worst in the league. This is a joke, bro. This is a joke. $650 million. And you won't even bother to mess with the facilities? No turf changes? No parking? And believe me, the parking is a disaster in Charlotte. You got people asking for $50 for parking spots. $50. 50. Next to the stadium, mind you, but 50. These aren't even like commercial parking lots. These are just private parking lots, bro. You can't improve the parking? I've been there 5 times and you guys screwed around with that and ignored it. It's still bad. I haven't even gotten to the blueprints area, man. We go end on a positive note with that. You know, possibly play some video games too today, but you know, my focus is on that. On these 2 things because people need to know about this stuff. And y'all are welcome to talk about any players or questions that you have, you know, before we get into the video games and stuff like that. Then it's just a free for all. It's Q&A after that. If we decide to do that today. But that's if I don't get any more phone calls or anything else, you know, interrupting me today. This is ridiculous though. $8 million of profits in Spartanburg. You shut down the project in York halfway through, costing people money that goes to their families, putting food on the table, making sure they got a home. You got kids involved, bro. You got kids involved with these families. This man cannot keep his hand out of the cookie jar. I swear, he cannot do it. He can't do it. If you're not directly impacting who we draft, what our roster looks like, you know, in our draft room, in our coaching staff, now we got to work on the stadium. Instead, we got to dip our hand in that. Man, I'm about tired of this. I don't know about y'all. We got a guy that's got a 10-year-old's mentality running this franchise. Nah, man. Ooh, I'm pissed off because the team's not winning. I'm gonna throw a drink on the other fans. You know, come on, man. Hey, yo, Cam Newton, the person that threw out that gauntlet about not doing anything stupid. Tepper not doing anything stupid. He failed already, bro. He failed already. This is stupid. This counts. This counts. Alright, now, like I said, I'll grant you the brand new seats. I'll grant you the disabilities stuff without barriers. I'll grant you the bathrooms. I'll grant you the security enhancements. I will grant you the reduction of the impact on the environment and all that stuff because I don't know anything about that. I'll let y'all have that one. Because I don't know enough to refute that. So I'll let you have it. But the rest of it, is that really necessary to ask that much money from the people of Charlotte for that? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. 30 seasons, we have had 7 successful seasons. 7 successful seasons. The 7th one doesn't technically count because we won on a 7-win season. So technically 6. 6 out of 30. I want y'all to think about that for a minute. Let that sink in. And that's with Jerry Richardson owning the team and Tepper combined. It's time to start a new culture. It's time to start a new dynasty in Carolina. It's time to bring the dynasty to Carolina and create our own. It's time to create a winning culture here. Dave Canales, Dan, you talk a big game. Can you get it done, man? You know what I'm saying? Can you get it done? That's my question. Can you get it done? I love that these two guys have been, and Brett Tillis too, all three of these gentlemen have been working their butts off, and they've been putting their words to action so far. Key words, so far. They haven't played any games yet. You know, always into some workouts. Okay, everything is running along smoothly. But like everybody else has said, you know, and I agree with the community right now. Win some games, then we can justify all this stuff. Win some games. Now, if you want to spend $100 million on all the stuff that I listed that we actually do need, you know, parking, turf, security, brand new seats that doesn't compromise the PSLs, disabilities, stadium and safety enhancements. Okay, cool. I'm down for that. I'm 100% down for that. I will always be 100% down for that. But don't ask for 650 million. God. Don't ask for 650 million when you cannot even justify half of what you're about to improve. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Charlotte, don't approve that. Tell them to cut that down to 100 mil and cut that down to the essentials. Then we'll talk. I would not approve that. I would deny that vote all day long. I'd tell them, look, man, come to me with a better proposal. I don't want to do that, man. 100 mil with all the stuff that I want in. Get rid of all the bells and whistles. Get rid of all the extra aesthetic looking garbage, man. Just focus on the essentials. 100 mil. That's all you need. Fix the parking. Fix the disabilities area. Fix the seats. You know, don't sacrifice the PSLs. Fix the security system. Fix the bathrooms. Fix the turf. 100 mil. It is that simple. I'd even go up as high as 200 mil on that. If that's what's necessary. Now, if you want to throw in some video boards as fluff on that deal, fine by me. You know, and a little bit of improvement on the team store, fine by me. But it does not exceed 200 mil. I'm sorry, no. City of Charlotte, deny the heck out of this, please. Deny the heck out of this. This is garbage. This is straight garbage. Every stadium out there's got some handrails. Who cares? Yeah, it looks nice. Who cares? This right here is a disaster. That's a disaster waiting to happen right there. You just robbed PSL owners of some very, very valuable seats. Do you know how much these people are paying for PSLs, you know, in the course of 5 years? Total the numbers up. Because that's how long it's going to take for everything to get done and fixed. 2 to 3 years. You know, construction on this stuff. when you normally look at construction of a stadium, it took about a year and a half on Clemson's Death Valley. And that's when they were doing things the right way and they were doing it quick, you know? But they got it done correctly, you know? And the pressure is on you as an engineer and as an electrician, a plumber, all of that stuff to get this stuff right. You don't get it right, these city officials will be on your butt in about 0.5 seconds if you don't get this stuff right. You will lose your job quicker than you could say Sam. As in Sam Darnold. Quicker than he got out of Carolina. You better make sure this stuff is right. Because if we get any type of flooding in this club area, them city officials going to be on your butt. They going to be on you, bro. There ain't no way you going to be able to run a club area with flooding. Ain't no way. With all that weather we get every year. Ain't no way. That's extra, bro. That's extra. You don't need all that. You robbing PSL owners, bro. $650 million, bro. Shoot. You can get half that stuff done in $200 million. Plus some stuff that we actually do need done. That's some nonsense right there. That's what I really think about it. And I don't fluff the truth, y'all. I'll tell y'all how it really is. I have an associate's degree in business. Okay? I understand how this stuff works. I'm not trying to sugarcoat nothing right now. I'm trying to tell you how it really is. You gonna totally ignore the stuff that we really do need? You might have put 2 or 3 things in here that we actually do need. That's it. Lordy. Win some games. Then we can start talking stadium construction, man. Win some games. It's going to be a 2 to 3 years construction process. What can we actually get done in 2 to 3 years? We might get a 10-win season in 2025 if everything goes well. Who knows what we're going to be looking like in 2026? That's too far in the future, bro. We already know this year's going to be 7 to 8 wins. Everybody's got a different idea of what this season's going to look like, but and as far as I'm concerned, nobody's wrong yet because we haven't played any games. Nobody's wrong yet. But how are you going to predict the future of the Panthers actually succeeding, in the next 5 years enough to justify stadium upgrades? How are you going to justify this? This is what I'm talking about. This is Tepper flexing his muscles with all his extra money. This is Tepper saying, I'm going to buy a race car just because I can. Just because it's my franchise, I can just do whatever I want with this. Tepper, you're proving my point, bro. The more you talk about this stuff and the more stuff you do, the more you're proving my point. Instead of changing your ways. Stop flexing your muscles and actually do something that helps this franchise, please. Starting with that turf. Now, if the turf was included, I could kind of halfway accept this plan. I could I could ease my way into it. You'd have to buy me into it, though. You'd have to buy me into it. But $650 million is excessive. See, the Charlotte people, you guys have every right to be pissed off at that. Every right. If I was a taxpayer in Charlotte right now, I'd be marching up to the Charlotte people and saying, no, no, this does not need to pass. This does not need to pass. I'm not paying $100 extra for this. I'm already paying out the wazoo just to go to a football game already. Why would I pay another $100 extra out of my tax money, which might cost me a mortgage, which might cost me food on the table for a week for my family for this? That's what you got to ask yourselves. This is going to drive people out of Charlotte. They're not going to want to pay that extra 100, man. They already got taxes coming out the wazoo already. We got a bad economy right now. You want these people to pay an extra $100 for this? Alright, I'm done. I'm done. Tepper, you continue to prove my point every time, man. You can try to... This has got to stop. Lordy. I'm not even in Charlotte. I'm pissed off for you people. Shout out Lock Poppy, man. In the chat. I don't even live in Charlotte, and I'm not even a taxpayer, and half these people aren't even Panthers fans. And I'm pissed off for you right now. You don't even need me to be, but I am. I live in South Carolina. This pisses me off. Tell me how a man that costs Spartanburg $8 million in extra profits every year, and a man that costs York County several people's jobs, is going to make this work. Plus, we don't even know what's going to happen with training camp up in Charlotte right now. We don't even know. It's up in the air. They got scouts going around in Columbia right now, trying to figure out whether we want to put it down in Columbia. So you gonna ruin another city? You gonna ruin Columbia too? Come on, bro. Get your hands out the cookie jar, Mr. Tepper. Just please stop. All you're doing is hurting people, man. Them rich white owners just doing whatever they want, man. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Fellas. Yes,
Alright, let's watch this blueprint.
What's happening? Good to see you, man. What's going on, dude? Hey, Jay, all right.
Can y'all hear this?
What's going on, brother? Good? What's up, Miles? You good, man? Good to see you, man. Nice to meet you.
Look at that energy from Dave right there. I love that. Right out of the gate. These guys haven't even put their uniforms on yet.
Feels good.
Well, let me tell y'all something. Before they even get into this, that's that energy from a head coach right there that I want. That's head coaching energy. That's winning energy. Right out of the gate. He establishes a connection with these players before they even get it in the meeting room. Before they even look at the tape. Before they even look at whatever he's about to display for them. That's positive energy right there. That's what we've been needing in Carolina for so long in a head coach, man. I love this. Let's go, Dave.
First of all, so excited, guys. I don't ever want to lose this feeling. I never want to lose this feeling. My first chance to be a head coach with all of you.
Wow.
What is this all about? It's about having the best off season of your life. What does that look like? It's every single one of us pursuing our best. For me, it's about possibility.
Every one of us pursuing our best. Listen to this again. Listen to this again.
It's every single one of us pursuing our best.
Every one of us pursuing our best. That's a head coach right there. That's how a head coach talks. That's how a real head coach talks. Yeah.
For me, it's about possibilities. Let's not shy away from the possibility of great things that can happen here.
Possibilities. Man. Dave, you got me fired up, and I'm not even a minute into this yet. You got me fired up. Let's go, man.
We all work together. We all do our job. Think about what the 2024 season could be. It's right.
Facts.
It all starts right here. I don't mind saying it. They put the microphone in front of me. I'm going to talk about it. If we're going to own the NFC South, this is how we're going to do it.
That's facts, man. And not only that, this man comes out and does the drills with them. You know, that's the type of coaching energy I like right there. I want these coaches to come out there and show these players, I'm going to do this with you. I'm going to motivate you.
Early in the morning, I'm a thinker because it's quiet. Any ideas usually come to me this time of the morning.
Alright, hold on. Let me turn my sound up real quick. I gotta hear this.
Popping in my back. Once I drive into the office, I'm sitting most of the day, so I like to get my body loose.
I see you.
If I start my day doing this, you know, and I have the discipline to wake up in the morning, then, you know, I can do anything. I always tell people this is probably my favorite award because I was second team defense. I didn't need the motivation, but it really motivated me to never see second team again. And that right there was my motivating factor for winning all these awards. Because I just wasn't going to be denied. I had a good year. I had over 100 tackles. I had a really good year, but I left doubt in their mind, and I wasn't going to ever leave doubt in their mind again.
Don't ever leave doubt in your mind. Wow. Powerful right there. That's powerful. The mind is a powerful place. It can take you a lot of places. You gotta have the right mindset. That's big right there. That's big. I love that he used that as motivation. And he said, I don't ever want to be second team again. I don't ever want to be second place ever again. I want to be first. I want to push for success in all that I do. That's the mentality you gotta have, man. I love that. Let's go, Dan.
That was my mindset.
Dan Morgan, who was
Beautiful
previously
mindset,
the assistant
sir.
general manager, is now president and general manager of the Carolina Panthers, the team that drafted him in the first round about 20 years ago, and the team that he was an all-pro linebacker for.
To get
Full
drafted
circle,
here
man.
as a player in 2001, and then to come full circle from Seattle to Buffalo, back to Carolina, to play here, and then be named the general manager here, that doesn't happen often, so I definitely don't take this job lightly. Being a former Carolina Panther and the feeling that I have for this organization, for this team, for this logo is a lot different than it would be if I was named the GM for another team. You know, being...
True, man, true. And that extra time that he's been a player, man, it makes a big impact. You know? It pretty much says, you know, I'm reestablishing this connection with the team that drafted me. It would be totally different if we had a GM here that had never been a player, never been drafted by this team, never had any connections with anybody here, you know. It was just somebody that we just bring in, you know, such as Scott Fitterer, you know. He never had any connections with this team. He walked in here fresh and brand new. So I love the fact that he is motivated by all of the culture that we have here in Carolina, the history, everything that we are, you know, and he's reestablishing that and saying, okay, I want this franchise to move forward. I want this team to be successful from this point forward because I have a vested interest in it. I've been here before. I know what it takes to find success. And I know what it's going to take, all the way down the board now. So, in my opinion, we hired the perfect GM for this job. Because he has a vested interest in saying, okay, I've been where you were. I know how you feel. I know what it's going to look like, when we get this thing fully built. I have a vision, I have goals in mind. This is what we want. All right, so let's go.
And here's Sam Mills. He was my position coach.
And then he instantly started talking about Sam Mills. Look at that, man. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Let's see what he says.
Sam embodies what it is to be a Carolina Panther, and that's the keep pounding mantra, which I hold
yes, sir.
in my heart.
Yes, sir.
I feel like Sam's looking down, and he's
yes,
really proud of me right now, which makes me really happy. But that's what it means
he
to be a
is.
Carolina Panther. Is the relentless.
I would definitely
great. Loving the game, enjoying what you do every day, and that's what Sam filled into me. And I still carry that with me to this day.
Yes, sir.
Last year wasn't acceptable, and everybody in the building knows that wasn't acceptable.
Facts.
Mr. and Mrs. Tepper, myself, we're going to do everything in our power to field a team that our city can be proud of, that our fans can be proud of, that the Carolinas can be proud of, and bringing the right head coach to this city, to this team, so we don't have to do this again. We want this to be the guy.
We want it to be the
Panthers
guy.
Head coach? I think we're going to get a young offensive mind.
No.
Turn on the news. This is the Herdline News.
All right, has been a trend on the show. We got some breaking news. The Panthers are on the verge of hiring a new head coach.
I'm driving back to my house, leaving the Bucks facility. So when they called me, I'm in my truck. Mr. Tepper says, "Keep your eyes on the road. How'd you like to be the head coach of the Carolina Panthers?" And I just went, "Whoa!" I just kind of screamed in my truck. So really special moment. I'll never forget it.
Sources say the Carolina Panthers have identified their new head coach. It is expected to be Dave Canales, the Bucks offensive coordinator. I'm told this is their guy. There's a lot to like here, especially the work that Canales has done with quarterbacks.
We signed a contract to help the Panthers win. That's why we're here.
You need a little juice? Last year was not good.
There's no other feel-good stories or agendas, man. This is about helping the Panthers win.
Amen. Amen.
So
Let's get rid of the fluff. Let's get rid of the extra garbage. We just did it for the win, baby. We just in it for the wins. From this point forward. No storylines, no garbage. Oh, we hired this person because it was a great story. Man, go read me a Hansel and Gretel book, man, if you want a story. We're in it for the wins here at Carolina now, man. That's what we want.
Oregon, former Miami legend and maniac linebacker dog on the field. He brings on David Canales.
So this is a home run for Dan Morgan and the Panthers.
Do for Bryce Young what you are doing, obviously, for Baker Mayfield. A very important task.
Media seems to like it.
Football is it's all about the ball. What if I told you it was that simple? In the first round of the playoffs, the quarterbacks who didn't turn it over won. The teams that didn't turn it over won those games. We played the Lions.
Yep.
They took care of it. We had 2 interceptions.
Yep.
We lost by a touchdown.
Working with Dave every day, I think both our personalities, they mesh really well together. It's just really fluid. It's really easy. We have the same vision. We have the same goals and the same values.
We need to get our football right. specifically talking about the offense, and defensively too. They weren't perfect, but they were good.
Like, we spend more time together with the players, with the staff, than unfortunately sometimes we do our own family. So it's like, it has to be a family environment for us to be successful.
Exactly.
It's exciting just kind of landing here and
well said.
be able to do this together, man. It's what we both dreamed about, so I'm excited.
No doubt, me too.
He is California cool and is always positive, Jenny. Constant positive energy. This is a new era in Charlotte.
Let's go! Let's go! I love it. Pound it! This is the energy right here. This is the approach every day. Every day is a championship day.
Let's go.
Come on, man, let's go, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I second that motion. That's the energy that we need. Right there. Championship energy. Let's go, man. Let's go, Dave.
What's up, Jack?
I'm feeling it already, man.
Ben, what'd you think about the jet? Pretty sick, huh?
Did you go on a jet?
I did. Me and Dan came on a jet this morning from Mobile, Alabama. What do you think? We're going to go see my office here in a little bit. Welcome!
Wow. Very
Sharp
nice
office,
office.
And they already have your stuff on top.
I like it.
Oh,
Is that an actual picture of you in the Panthers?
it goes down. We party. That is a Photoshop Panther shirt on me.
That's what I thought. I was like, but it's your real body instead of somebody else's body.
It
That
is,
was
it is.
so funny.
You can tell that picture's from Tampa because it's very
You're
bright.
Yeah, you're like,
Me and Dan had a great time at the Senior Bowl. Like, we literally only went to the practice. We didn't go to any meetings. We just recruited coaches.
I was so excited about the coaches.
Yeah.
We're here at the Senior Bowl. The saying goes, the draft starts in Mobile. So many great college players here looking to impress NFL coaches, executives, and scouts.
My first ever
That's a
Senior
rattler.
Bowl. I didn't really know what to expect.
There you go.
It's football.
Yeah. You know Dave Canales. Terrence Gray.
Good to meet you, Terrence.
Congrats on the job, man.
Hey, thank you.
That's awesome.
Good to meet you, bro. Oh, shoot! How you doing?
Congratulations, bro.
It's amazing. One door after the other, and it's like, all right, we'll work hard, treat people well, right? How's it been? Crazy. Not as bad as him, though. This was kind of the first time that we had been back working on the same team in a while.
How long did you guys know each other?
Yeah.
We were
We were together
door to
7
door,
years, and we were right next door.
For three, I think for three of them.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's a dream, and to be able to do it with him. Yeah.
Nice
For
throw,
me,
Spencer.
This means everything. The relationship Dan and I have, building a team together, working through issues. You know what I mean? Just like finding solutions, not excuses. You know what I mean? That's what it's about to me. So.
Ooh, finding solutions. No excuses. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that?
Working through issues. You know what I mean? Just like finding solutions, not excuses. You know what I mean?
Finding solutions, not excuses. Woo! That is what I like to hear right there. That's a good line right there. That's a good line. That's exactly what I want. That's exactly what we all should want out of this franchise from here on. We're tired of the excuses. We're tired of, oh, well, this player didn't do this, this player didn't do that. Stop the excuses, man. Start winning. Start finding solutions. Every week, man, every week we just complain about the same stuff. And it's just like, where's the solutions? Where's the answers to these problems? No, more excuses from the head coaches, more excuses from the staff. It's a new era, man. It's a new era. But can you walk the walk? You talking the talk right now, but can you walk the walk? And can you find those solutions that we're looking for? Let's find out.
That's what it's about to me. So. How long are you here, Tom?
I gotta leave tomorrow morning. We got to do our press conference on Thursday.
Fan questions?
You should.
Submit some to the Panthers website.
You should.
Pray that I just be a servant, that your spirit would lead me, give me the words to say, give me eyes to see, ears to hear, Lord, and a heart that follows you. In Jesus' name.
Amen, brother. Amen. I like that he's a prayerful man.
We are here
I like that
today
that's how he starts out his
share
press conferences.
how the
That's
Carolina
nice, man.
Panthers are moving forward.
Let me tell you a little bit about
That's
Dan
good.
and Dave. They're tremendous people, well respected, and they are both connectors.
I think fans want to know, what do you feel like is the blueprint to the playoffs?
When teams drive up to this stadium, we want them to fear that logo. The logo has to be feared again. We need to find those
Facts.
leaders, those competitors, as Jay Stu would say, those dogs. Like,
Facts.
we need some dogs. Want to pass it off to Dave?
We found
Thanks,
him,
Dan.
baby.
Morning.
We definitely found him.
Just what a moment of gratitude.
We're not done yet, though.
First, I want to thank David
need
and
more.
Nicole for giving me this opportunity. This is a dream of a lifetime that Lizzie and I have had. It's really her fault. 20 years ago, I'm the head JV coach at Carson High School. Fired up. I'm so excited. We go to play Venice High School. It's my first game coaching, and we got smoked 34-13 that day. It was the greatest day of my life because I had found it. I found my passion. Oh, this is why we're here. It's for this. And after 2 years of doing that, she comes to me and she knew all I wanted to do was be the head coach at Carson High School.
Hi, brother. Pretty beautiful day now for practice. Golly.
And she said, hey, I love your dream. You're really good at this. I think you can go as far as you want, and I got your back. And we've been so excited and prepared for this opportunity. Oh, Chuba, did you order this? Oh my gosh. This is amazing, Cam.
Look at that energy, man. I love it.
Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Hey, one opportunity. That's all we got is to get better, okay? Keep your focus small. You can get better about 1, 2, maybe 3 things, all right? But the focus has got to be tight. Let's take advantage. Start with effort, okay?
It's really a dream come true.
Start
for
with
me,
effort.
I've worked for some
I
great
love
bosses.
that. Good.
And I've always had this thought when you work for somebody that you're able to take on their personality in terms of what are the things that are most important to them. And now that I'm the head coach, what just feels so freeing is that I could just be me.
Here we go.
Exactly.
Let's go on the hop.
Things that I've thought about for a really long time. If I ever got my chance, this is how I would do it.
Can't beat this.
My personality.
Woo!
The way that I want to interact with the coaches.
Let's go, man.
The way that I want to interact with the players.
What's up, JC? Good to see you, brother.
It's just really been a joy for me.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, he's got a lot of energy. He's really a player's coach. He's somebody the players really enjoy playing for, and you can tell out on the practice field.
Yeah, it looks like it. Good connection with the players.
First down.
He's won over the locker room.
Hey,
Definitely.
that's great route tempo, Tommy. Boom. Transition right now. Good, Bryce. Hey, once more through, okay? Outside guys open. I'm going to either make you say no or not, okay? Boom. Good. He makes me say no or not. One more. Boom. Good.
Bryce is so much to be excited about.
There we go.
Especially for me coming into this situation where my high hope is that we're playing high stakes games. Now we have a chance to win the game at the end. We have a guy who can do that, who can lead us there, and who can perform in any type of situation. So I think that's the first part of it. And then there's all these other tools that he has, his intellect, his athleticism, his accuracy. You know, I'm seeing it every day right now as we go out to practice.
So when you're talking about Bryce Young, people have often questioned, does he have the intelligence? Does he have the ability to be a game changer? You know, and that's been a debate for several months now. I want to see it in action. I want to see a fully developed Bryce Young in action making these decisions, you know, and doing what he does, you know. That's where you're going to start to see a winning mentality, a change in everything that we're doing. And it's going to go the right direction from that point forward. But it's going to take the little things, you know, executing, footwork, hands, technical stuff. You know, does Bryce have the ability and the smarts to adjust to certain situations in the NFL? Now that he's gotten his first year and his first taste of it, okay, now you've learned. Okay, what are you going to do with that knowledge? And that's what Dave Canales wants to find out when he's training Bryce right now. So, and that's exactly what that drill was that you just saw. You know, does it make you say no on throwing it to somebody? Or does it make you say yes, throw it to somebody? You know, and exactly what that is as a linebacker, Dan Morgan, you know, is one of the smartest people when it comes to that because he's played the position. He already understands linebacker. So he helped out with Dave Canales there and gave him that drill, I bet you, to test out a quarterback. You know, and say, okay, do you want to throw it here? Or do these defensive linemen moving make you want to say, nah, I don't want to throw it there? That's the breakdown of that drill right there. And I love that drill. That's good. That's very good. That's something we haven't seen, you know, in training camp. And I would like to see more of it. Very good. Let's continue.
To see him work on it, be diligent about it, be hard on himself, to really try to get it right.
Was not good on the last one.
The last one you went hitch.
He cares.
Pop back.
You want just...
Yeah, so I want you here, just 1A, 1B, reset to my check down. You see a guy that has the type of mentality and work ethic where he's always constantly trying to improve, and so those are a lot of the things that I get really excited about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go, boys!
Absolutely. And when you see those things put into practice, you know, the mentality, the effort, the energy put into doing what you do, you know, that's enough to make any coach excited about you as a player. So for me, it's like, okay, well, he's human just like everybody else. He's got flaws, he's got strengths, he's got weaknesses. You know, how do you put those strengths to work for you as a player? And that's exactly, you know, how do you put that work ethic and that energy to work for you? And that's exactly what Dave is doing right here. And I love this. I love this. This is the type of coaching that we needed here in Carolina for years. For years.
Nice grab. Drag it, right? Drag it just for measure. Drag it.
He's complimenting the players.
Punch drag.
You know, he's showing them love.
Yes, sir. First down. Working on your game. Working on your game. Oh! Lock it, get north. Use your imagination. Have a plan after the catch. Good. We're not just
have a plan after the catch.
Immediately, I'm a ball carrier.
Oh, did y'all hear that? Have a plan after the catch. That goes for running backs, wide receivers, anybody that's going to be a ball carrier. Have a plan after the catch. That's how you get yards after the catch, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you get it. Let's hear that again.
First down. Working on your game. Working on your game. Oh! Lock it, get north. Use your imagination.
Use your imagination. I love that. That's something you never hear like all these NFL coaches say. Use your imagination. Think. Use your mind. What are you about to do? What is your plan?
Have a plan after the catch.
There you go. Have a plan after the catch. What are you doing with the ball? Are you bobbing? Are you weaving? What are you doing with it? I like this, man. I like this.
We're not just out here catching. Immediately, I'm a ball carrier.
Facts. Facts. We're not just out here catching the ball, man. We're a ball carrier. We do things with the ball after we catch it. You're not just a statue. And that's one of the things I saw from Frank's offense, and I saw that in Matt Rule's offense, where these guys would just not have any plan of what they wanted to do. They had to figure it out on their own. And it's just like, okay, well, you're basing your knowledge on what you did in college, what you did so far in the NFL. Okay, now I got to figure it out for myself. The coaching is not going to help me. I got to figure this out on my own. I got to be ingenuitive. And it kills your memory. Muscle memory is exactly what it does. It kills your muscle memory. You got a set way of doing things, and then that gets interrupted by bad coaching. So then you're like, okay, now I got to start from square one. What am I doing now? So Dave has to rebuild all of this knowledge, get all the garbage out of your system, and then replace it with, okay, this is how I want you to do it from this point forward. This is how I want you to be ingenuitive. This is how I want you to move with the ball. Think for yourselves. Don't just be a statue. Think. Be a ball carrier. Be a dog. I like this.
That good? Right there, Mike. Woo! That's using your imagination right there. There we go. There we go. Yes. Good. Like it? Hey, Brad, I just had a reminder. If we false start, huddle. Yeah. Anytime, any pre-snap violation, huddle. Not back on the ball. We will huddle. Okay.
I like that.
Get it clean. Make sure we're good before the snap.
I like that.
Brad Idzik. So here's a guy that's got my back.
Ingenuitive.
A guy that I've done a lot of life with in the last 5 years. My first hire in Tampa. My first hire in Carolina. Here's a guy who knows what I'm looking for.
Because Brian, for me, this profession is about people. The personal relationships, that means more to me than anything. When you're genuine and you're enthusiastic about your workplace, the guys can feel it. And when they know that you care for them as an individual, you're going to get the most out of them.
That's what Dave's like.
True.
We need an X to start with, where like if they don't respect him, he's winning. They're wrong. Like, for us, that movement is people. Like we put you over there, they know how to help on that corner.
Yeah.
You feel that for years, like you made people wrong when they don't help, right?
Right. My dad always said, hey, surround yourself with people that are smarter than you at the things that you know you need help with. And Brad is just so organized.
Facts. Surround yourself with people that are smarter than you at the stuff you need help with. I love that. I love that right there. That's a life lesson right there. That doesn't even apply just to football. That's a life lesson. Ladies and gents, think about that. Let that sink in. That's beautiful right there. That's knowledge right there. This dude is laying down some knowledge.
Business, all right? Brad Idzik came with Dave from Tampa, right? Today is not about taking notes. I don't want you guys taking notes today. I don't want you writing down crazy buzzwords that, will get lost here in a couple weeks.
He's so detailed. He's so methodical. And
that's a solid point. Don't waste your time with those buzzwords that won't even be remembered in 2 or 3 weeks. That I love that. You're focused on his message. What does he want you to know? Take that with you. Memorize that. Take that with you. Very nice.
Thoughtful in the way that we teach.
So you can close your notebooks. I'm like, no BS here. Like, it's not a trick, right? I'm not tricking anybody. We didn't share stuff out to the iPads for a reason. Like, I just want you guys to practice being here where your feet are.
Practice being here where your feet are.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're blessed, huh?
Blessed,
There it is.
dude.
Here's that moment right here. Calm before the storm. Let's get some basic cuts with the tight ends. Let's get some basic cuts with the tight ends. Let's see it. Let's see it. For my coaching style, I think I'm very hands-on.
I kind of like his energy.
Not too far removed from being a player where I have the cleats on. Like, I would love to go out in the park and go run routes for a couple hours. So if I could show him a step or two, like, I love doing it. I think the guys enjoy it too.
Good.
All starts with you, baby.
I like
All starts
that.
with you if he likes the matchup. We'll see if he likes it. Yeah, buddy. He doesn't like the matchup. Now, you're nervous. Pat knows. You don't want to let me get the ball, Pat. There we go. There we go. Gotta put a little fear in him like you're going deep. I can't run anymore like any of those guys, but I get to get out there and kind of engage with them in a different manner. Think about the step before the break.
That's really fun.
You know what I mean? It's
Love
really,
that.
you're gonna be eating grass. That's the one that slows you down so you can get some juice down the field. Boom, and then, oh yeah! I need space! Alright, so as we go throughout this off season, okay, we're in search of these moments.
Oh
I told
yeah,
them how
Kool-Aid
excited
man.
I am to put our film, our guys on tape. In the beginning, it'll probably be a little bit more of the coaches saying, hey, that was us, right? And then we'll get to the point, you'll start to feel it, where the guys start to buy in, and the later you get into the off season, you get into training camp, they start coming to us. Hey man, go to O-line Indy, rep 2. That was us. You should see my inside hand I've been working. That was us. Like, that's what we want to create. That's what, it's a pride about it, right? That was us. We're the 2024 Panthers, right?
Facts.
Like, we gotta feel that.
Facts.
And we will. There we go.
I feel it. I'm not even a player right now.
There you
Okay.
go, Deontay. I like it. It's gonna be good.
Okay.
Right there. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yes, yes.
Look at that catch though.
There you go. Good ball, Rice. Little more. Boom. Love it. It's gonna be sweet. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it.
We interviewed you at this thing, I think.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Yeah, you did. Congrats.
No, I appreciate it.
Did a great job.
Appreciate it.
Andy.
Everything going good for you?
Yeah, so far so good.
Yo.
Are you nervous?
No. No, not really.
Just go out there and just drop a couple F-bombs, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna love you.
They'll probably love it. I say we need more dogs. Say that again.
That's right.
They seem to like that a lot.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
how's it spelled?
We do. We like that a lot.
You guys playing right now to leave Icky at left tackle.
Yeah.
That probably goes back to what you said, you want to run the ball more
Yeah.
versus what they did last year, spread.
And that's what he did well. You know, coming out is just a mauler in the run game. And so just continuing to be able to pile on that from a strength standpoint. And then just the nature of what our concepts are, our pass game. You know, we're really committed to getting the ball out. This is going to be a big emphasis for Bryce.
Okay. I can kind of buy into this now. A little bit. I've got my questions about Icky. You know, is this dude going to, like, ball out in the next year, Matt? You know, is he going to prove it? You know, is he going to do what he's supposed to be doing? We know he's a run blocker. We know this. That's what his strength is. Now, what else can you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else can you do? We saw a few flashes of the pan, you know, when he was a rookie, but I need a little bit more. I need pass protection from you. I don't need just run blocking. You know, so if that's the plan here, I need a little bit more. You know what I mean? So, that in mind, let's see what happens next.
Get the ball out. Get the ball out. We're
Get
gonna
the
be
ball
on the
out.
clock every single time in the spring.
Get the ball out. That's the focus,
Asking
right?
is getting that ball out in 2.7 or less. Yeah, the 2.7 seconds, how long can you really count on the pocket to hold up?
2.7 seconds. 2.7 seconds, y'all. I told you I clocked him at 2.7, did I not? I said it on several different live streams. I clocked him out at 2.7 at training camp last year. Did I not? I was dead on target. I wanted to see if that was accurate or not, and I was right. That's actually impressive, man. I did that with my eyes. I didn't even use a stopwatch. I figured that out with my eyes. I'll tell y'all, man. I got some skill at this. I got some skill at this.
League-wide, a lot of people say if you can give me 3 seconds, we can get anything done. That's a long time to block.
Exactly. Thank you. 3 seconds is a long time to block. Y'all heard him say it. Y'all heard him say it. That's what I've been trying to tell everybody, man. 3 seconds is either going to get you sacked or that ball thrown out of the stands. Into the stands, man. Or into the opponent's hands. Or if you're lucky, into your teammates' hands. If your quarterback is elusive enough. But he's going to be on the move. Make no mistake about it, he's going to be on the move in the NFL at 3 seconds. That is way too long to block. This is not Kansas City. You know, this is not Dallas right now. We have to do the best with what we got. So 2.7 is really good. And I clocked Matt Ryan at 2.5. I'm just saying. If I'm right about the 2.7, and I am, then Matt Ryan is 2.5. Can you imagine getting that ball out at 2.5? That man was untouched when he had a freaking good line in 2016. If that's 2.5 with Matt Ryan's accuracy, imagine what Bryce could do with 2.7 in a good line. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Take that for what you will, folks. I'm just saying. 2.7. I was dead on the sticks. Now, what can you do with that 2.7? A lot. A lot, folks. Because that's going to make sure your jersey is clean 75% of that game if you got a good offensive line. Possibly 80.
Hey, good boys on 3, 1, 2, 3. Good boys.
Gotta get up and get set! We try to put our offensive line in a situation to have success in pass protection. Trust your eyes! And that 2.7 seconds just happens to fall into a natural rhythm of throwing it to the first or second guy. And it takes everybody. The timing and depth of the receivers.
Yep.
Detail of their work there.
Yep.
It takes the footwork of the quarterback.
Yep.
The accuracy of the throw.
Yep.
It takes the pass protection.
Yep.
The offensive line. Run him! Run him! Run him!
Yep. Y'all hearing this, right? Y'all hearing this? I'm going to run this back. I'm going to run this back when he gets done. I'm going to run this back. Because I want y'all to hear every segment of this. Because this is absolutely correct.
As we build that type of a pass game, you can rely on the ball coming out before the pressure hits you if you can get it out in that 2.7.
Thank you. I've been saying it. I have been saying it, folks. I have been saying it. It requires all of those elements. Every single one of those elements that he just listed in order to get that done. Why do you think Matt Ryan was as successful as he was for so long? And that's without a solid line. He was still putting up those numbers without that line in 2.5. 2.5 seconds. Imagine what Bryce Young could do if he's got 2.7 in a solid line. I'm trying to tell you, that height will not matter. That height will not matter. I've been trying to explain that to people, but they want to be stuck in their own ways and don't want to listen. All the Bryce haters. Alright. Stay on that hate train. That's all you want to do. Stay on that hate train. But when Bryce starts hitting those passes, I don't want to hear it. Because I'm going to refer you right back to this blueprint section right here. I'm going to refer you right back here to about 21 minutes into this. 21 minutes. Actually, yeah, 21 minutes. Every single one of the elements he just listed. Let's go through these again. Let's go through these again.
Ball out. We're going to be on a clock every single time in the spring.
In the past games, getting that ball out in 2.7 or less. Yeah, the 2.7 seconds, how long can you really count on the pocket to hold up? League-wide, a lot of people say if you can give me 3 seconds, we can get anything done. That's a long time to block.
Here we go.
Hey, let's have a great day. Big boys on 3. 1, 2, 3. Big boys.
Gotta get up and get set.
Listen to these. Listen to these requirements. These are the same ones I've been saying all year long.
We try to put our offensive line in a situation to have success in pass protection.
Trust your eyes.
And that 2.7 seconds just happens to fall into a natural rhythm of throwing to the first or second guy. And
throwing it to the first or second guy. Okay, keep that in mind. That's a staple of the West Coast offense.
it takes everybody. The timing and depth of the receivers.
It takes everybody. Everybody. Every person on this offense. Everybody. Everybody, man. The left tackle, the right guard, the left guard, the center, tight end, running back, everybody. Everybody has to be on the same page in order for this to work. That is the staple of the West Coast offense right there. Short passing, quick release, first or second choice. So, let's go over this list of things that are required now to make this work.
Trust your eyes.
Listen carefully.
That 2.7 seconds just happens to fall into a natural rhythm of throwing to the first or second guy. And it takes everybody. The timing and depth of the receivers.
Timing and depth of the wide receiver. Check. Adam Thielen. Deontay Johnson. Everybody better be on time. The timing and depth. The West Coast offense is a timing offense. That's exactly what it is. We're going to be on a clock constantly in this offseason. Training up, getting ready, every step of the way we're on a clock. Like the man said. That's exactly what West Coast is. Let's continue. What's the next one?
Detail of their work there.
Detail and work. Detail and work. That includes footwork, that includes technique, everything. Detail and work.
It takes the footwork of the quarterback.
Footwork of the quarterback. That's what he started working on as soon as he got in here. Footwork of the quarterback. All right, let's continue.
The accuracy of the throw.
Accuracy of the throw. Yes. Very, very important. Accuracy of the throw.
It takes the pass protection of the offensive line.
Run him.
Pass protection of the offensive line. Yes. Very critical element right there. Very critical. Because without that, you got nothing.
Run him.
As we build that type of a pass game, you can rely on the ball.
That's your list, folks. These are the things I've been preaching all year long. I want y'all to know, this is what I've been preaching. He literally stated the entire list of things that I could have said in about 1 minute as well. He basically repeated everything I've been saying for a West Coast offense. Put all that together, I'm telling you, we're going to see results. Y'all can keep hating. Y'all can keep ignoring it. Y'all can keep treating Bryce Young like he's nothing. I'm trying to tell you right now, you're about to see results. I don't want to see the talking heads come up in here and go, Bryce Young is actually good? It's like, really? He just needed the right system. He needed every one of those things that Dave Canales just listed to go right. Like a checklist. You go down that checklist and everything is right, boom, you're going to see it. Watch what I'm telling you this year, man. You're going to see every one of those check marks in those boxes. And when you do, it's going to total up to 7 to 8 wins. Because of our schedule, that's probably the max we're going to get. But I'm going to tell you this right now, though. You see all of that right there, and it culminates in 7 to 8 wins. Be very excited, because that is proof that the system is working. That is proof that we can succeed with this system, and it will continue to work, and it will continue to build up our dynasty that we are creating, and winning culture.
So we'll be sick about it in practice, making sure it's happening for us, and then for sure we're carrying it over to the game.
Yes. Yes. Exactly what we need to be doing.
Coach Joe Gilbert is also joining Harold Goodwin in going over to Carolina as their offensive line coach.
Huh? Just so you know, I'm mic'd up. Yeah. So swear as much as possible. That way it ain't easy. Here we go, right side up. Slips. Let's go. Get your spots. Let's go. This is going to go rapid fire on this. All right? Get your hand down, and you better move.
His wisdom, his years of experience in the league.
You feel him throttle, press it vertical, right?
He's a technician.
Boom, if he works out, now it should turn what? Try to get a hand on it. Get your foot right up in there. Careful, so hot. Go, go, go. Hey, get there. Strain. Right, push it. Good.
Joe just spends his time on the smallest part of their foot placement.
All that weight goes out here, and then I'm going to drop and do this when I try to move inside.
Their hand placement, where are your eyes at? And he's so meticulous with his work.
Where were they? Down here. These guys are all strong.
Nice.
Keep both hands on. Pull and press. Now listen, you're a wide base, 1 yard off the ball.
I like his approach.
I'm coming right here. I want that connect hand, put a foot in the ground. You're going to work. Press them vertical at that point. Here we go, on a turbo. Turbo's hot. Go get it, Nicky. Drive it, drive it, drive it. Press it, shove. Good, that's it.
He can be gruff, but at the same time, he just has such a deep love for his players.
Turn off, Ricky. Hey. Good, good adjustment. There you go. Hey, good, right there. That's it.
He's just got a great personality, the way that he delivers
I like him.
He's such a joy to work with.
Go, go, go.
I like that. He was focused on technical details and very methodical. And you saw a great example of that in the footage that he just showed you. Of him coaching these guys up. You saw it in action. And I love that. That's one of the types of mentalities that we need in this coaching staff, is just how are you focusing on the methodical details, the little things. And that's one of the things I've pointed out a lot, is how are you doing on setting your eyes on your opponent, your hands, your footwork, the little things. The little things add up. And I think Dave Canales and this coaching staff understand that very, very well. And they've shown it, through footage in these practices, which is very good. I think we continue to practice like this, we continue to do things like this, I think it's going to lead to results. I'm very, very encouraged by that.
What's that? What's that? Yeah, gotcha. Easy.
I love it. He loves the players too. You can tell.
Now we good? Everybody here? Awesome. First of all, let's go. I'm just looking around and I just see like the experience, the faces that I can't wait to get to know, and then also just some people I couldn't wait to just get to work with, from my past. But wherever we came from, this last month and a half was stressful. Can everybody agree to that? We've all had a bunch of indecision in terms of what was going to happen. I was trying to take my time to make sure that we assembled the best staff possible for what we're going to have to do. So thank you for just being patient with that process. And to get us to this point, to get us to this meeting. Real quick, 30 seconds. Introduce yourself, where you're from, and what you coach.
Jerry Barrow, defense coordinator. I've been in the league 17 years, I believe, with Dom Capers as a QC, and the last couple of years he's been helping me out, make sure I don't f things up. But excited to be with you guys. Just as you guys probably already know, this defensive staff is excellent. A bunch of great guys, great coaches, and we're excited to work with you guys.
And that defense was already spectacular.
Yeah, he's fantastic. So, EJ Evero, he's unbelievable. He's unbelievable.
I get a lot of the credit for everything that happens, but we have such an excellent staff. And first of all, they're great men. They're great teachers. We've been together for a year now. We didn't have any change. Just like the players, like we've got to do a heck of a job of coming together and everybody understanding each other and being able to work as a team. And we've already built a foundation for that. And so it's been really good. We're all about our technique right now and fundamentals. That's our big push this year defensively. So
I like him. I really like him.
Yeah. So the cool thing for me to watch for our offense is like we played them the last game of the season, and if they were doing it in the last game of the season, they were doing day one, which I think is a testament because so many people they work on all this stuff. And then they get into the season, they don't use any of it. Then they reinvent themselves, So it's kind of cool that, like, hey, you have an identity, we know where we're going to be. And so Coach Canales coming in. Not only is it going to be good for us in terms of he's not helping the Tampa Bay Bucks anymore and he's on our side, but I think
maybe
for us,
Tepper does understand some of this stuff.
Every day, it's going to be really good.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he does.
We're going to make each other a lot better.
All right, let's go. Formation rep. Communicate the personnel, safeties. We're talking fast. We're thinking fast. We're anticipating. All right, what do we got to anticipate right here? Mr. DJ, Mr. Josie Jewel. Yes, sir. There we go. Beautiful. Blue 80. Set up. Nice job. Good. Oh, come back. From the top. Come on. We got to wake up. Let's wake up. I know what the hell's going on. You figure it out. Come on, let's go.
It was such a huge.
I know what's going on. You wake up. That's great. I like this guy, man. I like Evero. He's great.
Thing for us to know that we had that kind of carryover and stability on the defensive side of the ball.
I'm really proud of the effort the guys gave. Our players and coaches did a great job of, despite all the adversity, they continued to persevere. They were very professional. But at the end of the day, it's about winning, and I don't think any of us feel good about what happened last season, and we all know that we need to be better, and we will be better.
That's a fact, man. I love that mentality right there. We need to be better, and we will be better. Absolutely, we will. We picked up some pieces. We've done some things that I think are going to culminate into progress for this defense. Of course, the majority of the focus was on the offense, but where it should be. But once we pick up the remaining pieces that we need, I think we're in a position where we are going to find that success that we're looking for, and we are going to be better. Period. There's no ifs, there's no ands, there's no buts, there's no excuses. We will be better. Did you hear the man stutter? No, you did not. He said we will be better. Let's continue.
He's fast and he's big and he's powerful. He's built in a lab. Like when you think about how that position should look, that's what it looks like right there. The one thing that Jadeveon has done a great job of his entire career is he plays hard. This guy runs the ball. He plays physical. He throws his body around, and that's what we want our identity to be. We want to be a physical group that flies around, that plays hard, and attacks the football.
Yep. And that's exactly what we were in 14 and 15 too. If you really think about it, you go back and you look at the 14 and 15 crew. That's exactly what we were like back then. We are trying to reach that bar again. And I applaud Evero for trying to reach that bar again. And trying to say, with a new crew, new way of doing things, but the same mentality, the same idea. You know, attack the football. Attack. Attack, attack, attack. You know what I'm saying? Like, fly around and attack. Don't just be a standalone statue. Attack. You know? And that's what we were during, for a couple of years under Matt Rule, you know, and all that stuff, you know. I felt like we were just statues out there. Like, we were just not putting in the full effort, and it was just kind of like, well, I'm just here to make money. I'm just here so I don't get fined, you know, mentality. But under Evero, it has been a totally different attitude. Like, you've seen it. Since Evero came in here, you've seen it. This dude's not screwing around. He knows what the standard needs to be again. He knows what we did right in 14 and 15. He understands what we're looking for and what we're trying to do. This is the defensive coordinator of the future for the Carolina Panthers. This is what we want. This is what we want, folks.
There's still such a clear purpose from everyone in terms of we want to get better. We want
This
to
is the
maximize
standard.
what we have. And so it's exciting.
Next snap and penny, keep Ray in there. Okay. Try to be productive today, would you? Instead of just counting your money.
Facts. 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 Big facts. That statement right there just told me everything I need to know about Evero. Try to be productive today. Stop counting your money. Look at that smile on his face, because he knows. He knows. He knows there's a little bit of truth in that right there. Good old Sean Tuttle, you know, the new guy, man. He says, you know, I love getting this paycheck. I love counting my money. Wait. Everyone says, wait a minute. I want you to be productive. Stop counting your money and be productive today, man. Set a standard, man. I love that, Evero. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Panthers announced
It sounds funny when you hear it, but he's being completely serious.
Derek Brown. Our Adam Schefter reporting the deal is worth
Derek Brown as well.
Over 4
Derek
years,
Brown.
a little more than $63 million guaranteed.
He's just a testament to somebody that does things the right
My
way.
correction, that was Derek Brown. That was in that clip. My bad.
Who's a leader.
I think it sends a message to our whole team.
Yo.
This is what we're looking for.
It's great to see when people
Yes,
do things
sir.
the right way get rewarded.
Yes, sir.
I
That's what
appreciate
we're
the
looking for.
opportunity to sign a new deal and to be here over an extended amount of time. I'm excited to know that the organization has faith in me, and I'm just ready to get to work, to be honest.
Yep.
Nobody's working harder than Derek Brown. There are no excuses. Effort will not be an issue here.
You hear that? You hear that right there? Effort will not be an issue here. There are no excuses. Effort will not be an issue here. You heard the man say it. He's going to hold you to it too. He's going to hold you to it every single day. Every day. He's using Derek Brown's work ethic right there to prove a point. We're tired of this, man. We're tired of the excuses. We're tired of the nonsense. We're tired of these 2-win seasons, these garbage seasons, these lazy effort games. You know, it's time to put all that to a stop. Lazy practices, you know what I mean? Like, let's put a stop to that. Effort will not be an issue here. Hats off to you, Dave. Hats off to you. That's the mentality we want in Carolina. Right there. That's what we want.
Be tired now, so I ain't tired of September.
Nobody works harder than this guy right here, man.
Hey, lock that down. You tried to just catch it. That's why when I
No
grab
shot.
you. Yeah. Yeah, boom. If you know you stepping right, then you know this gotta be the strongest. Coming at you base, that's when you get pow.
You know, it's really interesting today where I was in the defensive line meeting room with Coach Wash and the D lineman. Wash will ask him a question about a technique, and Derek is in there coaching it up.
So you say you want our left hand down?
Right hand is down.
No, left. Ball's inside.
Here we go.
Yeah.
He's smart too. He gets a lot of these concepts. That's why he's been so successful. He's putting them into practice.
I definitely won that last one. What a ball at? Well, your eyes must be not working because that was gone.
Me and Shai, we got a special bond. We got a special bond. We go at it every day, all day. It's like two brothers.
Can you please back up? Oh, man, you about to hit me in the face with that helmet. What you gonna do about it? I'll slap your ass to the ground. All right. Open palm. You know what they told me? They said they was gonna mic you up again. Let's say your fat ass did too hard last time. Come on, show me. I was waiting on you. You were standing there looking at me. My back's not wider than yours. Your back is definitely wider than mine. So, you know, I say our roles like brothers. We love each other, but we pick on each other all the time. The way Thurman pushing me to fight him, I'm trying to think he's looking for a case. Well, you been paying attention, boy. Hey, you bringing it from the classroom to the field. I like it. It's great for the work environment, to say the least.
I love it. That's that brotherly pig fighting, man. I love that. You know, that's healthy right there. When you got that going on, you got a little bit of back and forth chatter. You know, I love that. You know, that's gonna create motivation for each other, man. That's gonna create chemistry, and that's, I fully encourage that. You know, that's what we want around here, man.
See your coaches. See your coaches. It's unavoidable that past is prologue, but for Dave Canales, the future represents possibility.
No prime time game. Your reaction to the no prime time game?
Yeah, you got to earn it. You got to earn primetime games. We have to build something, a version of
Facts.
football that we're proud of. And then I think that the world will want to see that at some point, but we got a long way to go, and we got to earn those type of ops.
Facts. Amen, Dave. Amen. My words exactly. My words exactly, sir. You got to earn them. They're not going to get handed to you. You got to earn it. Just like everything else. You got to earn it.
You know, back in 2003, we had a home playoff game against Dallas. And I remember the white flags, you know, just all over the stadium, and it was all Panthers fans.
These cardiac cats, they just hang around, and refuse to go home.
To only win 2 games and, you know, our fans be down like they are, that's what motivates me every day to come to work and put the work in, because we want to field a team that our city can be proud of.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it about the football. Let's get our football right.
But that's the commitment, guys. That's the focus for this offseason right here, is let's get our football right with our fundamentals and our scheme.
Fundamentals and scheme. Beautiful. That's what we need to see. That's what we need to see, y'all. I'm getting fired up right now. This coaching staff is firing me up. I like this. This is the start of something really beautiful right here in Carolina. Yeah, we might come away with a 7-8 win record this year, but I'm telling you, the future looks bright. The future looks bright in Carolina, man. I'm excited for what this is going to become. I got my Dave Canales blue on right now. Yeah. I wore this shirt special for this, man. Because I knew we were in for a show. I knew we were.
We can just put aside all the stories. We can put aside all the headlines.
Right.
And we can just look at the X's and O's and try to improve that. We'll go a long way.
Yes, sir.
100% of what we got, everything.
I agree.
We have no reason to be complacent.
He was a hard-nosed.
There is no reason to be complacent. You know how many years we've been complacent as a franchise? I love that right there. And this doesn't even just apply to the players specifically on that particular drill or whatever that was. You know, this is as a whole. There is no reason to be complacent any longer. This is a new franchise. This is a new team. This is a new way of doing things. This is a new era. This man right here is going to take us into the future. I have no doubt.
Linebacker, and he's building this team in his image and the image of the teams that he played on.
You know, when other teams come in here, we want them to know that they're in for a fight that day.
Physical.
Doggone right.
With great effort, attack the football.
We heard.
Y'all remember when every team came into Carolina and they were scared to face us, man, because they knew they were in for a fight. They knew they were not going to get an easy win. If they got a win, okay, cool. But they're not going to get it easily. We're going to fight you all the way through, all 4 quarters. We're going to fight you. It's going to be like fighting in a ring with Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? You going to get the full fist of fury from this team every time they come out. That's the type of mentality this team is going to be, man. And it's been a long time in coming. It's been a long time since we've had that in Carolina. And we need to return to that. We need these teams to fear this logo again. Fear playing in this stage, in this stadium again, against these players. That's how you know we're back. When you see people in news conferences, you know, players, coaches saying, oh shoot, we're in for a battle. These boys are going to come at us like a freight train. Like, how are we going to adjust to this? How are we going to adjust to that? You know, that's what we need to get back to. And we're starting that train right now. It starts with mentality. It starts with effort. It starts with fundamentals, scheme, the little things, the X's and O's. And that's what Dave Canales is doing right now. He's installing the X's and O's. He's installing the fundamentals. He's installing all of that into these players right now. This is beautiful. This is giving me a lot of hope for the Carolina Panthers' future right here.
Heard all off season about alignment in philosophy, alignment in structure. What kind of culture does Dave Canales want to instill?
It's a possibility of this game that hasn't happened yet. That's what I get excited about for Sundays. I don't know who's going to make the plays today. I don't know who's going to score the touchdowns, but that's what's so cool about it. It could be you. It could be you. Who's going to make the big hit? Who's going to be the spark that's going to get the Panthers going today?
Right.
Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. That was beautiful. Nice. Nicely put together montage right here. I like this. This is giving me a lot of hope for the future. I think there's a lot to break down in this. There's a lot to look at. There's a lot of lessons that we learned from this about our coaching staff, about who these guys are, what type of mentalities they want, what type of attitudes they're bringing, the work ethic, everything. I mean, to me, this right here is the beginning of something beautiful in Carolina. You have definitely given me hope for what this team is going to look like and what we're going to be doing. I'm very, very encouraged and excited for the future. Again, even if we sit at a 7 or 8 win season next year, that's the start of something beautiful. You know? If we have a draft pick between 10 and 15, that's the start of something beautiful. Because we can complete this blueprint. We can complete what we have started out to build. And then you will start to see winning seasons. And I say seasons with an S. I'm not just stopping with one season. I want multiple seasons of winning in Carolina. And this right here, if Dave Canales can put action onto the field and turn it into dubs, get very excited, folks, because that's how you know you are in for a wild, wild ride coming up. And I have been accurately predicting a lot of things with this team. I have a deep connection with this team, man. I know what is working, what is not working with this team. You know, who these guys are and who they aren't. You know, and some of these guys I still got to learn a little bit more about. But I'm going to tell you this right now. This blueprint right here is exactly what we want in Carolina. Exactly. And it's been a long time in coming. We waited a long time for this, folks. Strap yourselves in. If you are just joining this ride right now, you came in at the perfect time. You came in at the perfect time. As a newly minted Panthers fan. Because I'm going to say this right here for you. I'm excited for you. I am excited for you. Because you're riding out the highs and the lows with us. You're riding out the sacrificial lamb season, you know? And for those that have been here for longer than that can remember when Dan Morgan was a player, you know the history. You know what it took to get here. You knew the highs, the lows, the emotional, angry games where you just wanted to throw your flat screen out the window, you know? But we also had the 2015 season where we wanted to go and do cartwheels down the street, you know? Because we were winning all those games. And just the energy could not be contained. The positive winning energy. So you've seen it all. And if you've been a fan since inception, you've rode out all of it. You are the tidal wave, you know, of this fan base. You've seen all of it. Every single second of it, every single day of it. You know what it takes to get where we are. So, I'm especially excited for those fans because we have rode every bit of it out. And we're here now. We made it. We made it. Folks, we made it. If you've been rocking that ship and you've been trying to repair it like we all have for this long, and you're still rocking that ship, you're still a crewmate here, welcome. You're still in this jungle, man. You're still in this jungle with us. Yeah, man. This is the start of something amazing. I am absolutely thrilled to take this journey with you guys. Absolutely thrilled. And it makes me happy as a Panthers fan right now. It absolutely does. Alright, Let me see if I got any messages that I need to reply to, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, I did get a phone call. Okay. Hold on a second, y'all. Trying to figure out what our plans are going to be here soon. Y'all sit tight, though. Jump in chat, say whatever you want to say. You know, it's... We'll talk about any topic you guys want real quick. Let's see. Oh, okay. All right. One moment. Yeah, that's my whole thing is like even Adam Thielen tried to let you guys know that our situation is not good with the facilities. We're last in the league. The Chargers have released Pro Bowl center captain Corey Linsley. Okay, so they're probably going to replace him with Bozeman. So that's just right out of the jump right there. Anyway, I'm just thinking, is there anything else that we really need to jump on conversation wise at the moment? Oh, I missed some comments here. Adrian Dotson, welcome to the stream. Shout out to you. He says y'all suck. You know, I don't deny that. I don't deny that though. The 2-win season was terrible. I'm not even gonna argue with that. Nobody want to watch this crappy blueprint. Okay, y'all keep hating. Y'all keep hating. Watch what happens though. Their record 0-18. Rams are better. Y'all trash. Worst team in the NFL. Alright, listen, man. Where have y'all been since the Super Bowl? That's my question. Where have y'all been since the Super Bowl? We took Corbett and Bozeman off your hands and about 2 or 3 other players since you couldn't pay for them. Where y'all at right now? Oh, yeah, that's right. Not in the playoffs. So, I don't want to hear it from Rams fans right now. yeah, we're the worst team in the NFL, half the reason is Tepper. I can tell you that right now. Who is still putting his hands in the cookie jar, which I'm still pissed about. But that's besides the point. You know? No, I don't believe we're going 0-18. No. We're beyond those days now. That blueprint video, if you've been paying attention, if you actually watch that blueprint video, you would see that we are actually building something that's actually going to lead to success in the next 2 to 3 years, maybe even beyond. I think Dave Canales is the right coach for us. I really do believe that. I love that Dan Morgan is a former player, and nobody understands how to be a leader of this team and franchise better than a former player that's actually lived it himself, you know, that knows like the ups and the downs, you know, how to build team chemistry, how to build a proper roster, you know, that can win, you know, actually teaching tools, you know, that he has literally experienced himself and had to learn himself as a rookie, you know, and bringing that into the GM job is fantastic. That's exactly what we need. I've always been thinking, you know, if we were to push a player as a GM, I would like it to be a linebacker, because we have had so much success with our linebackers in our team history that have like so much knowledge and so much skill, you know, that they can pass along the torch to the newer, younger players and be in a leadership position where, you know, they can connect to them easily, you know, because they were former players. Yeah, it might be a new decade. Yeah, it might be a new era and a new system, but they can still connect to these players and say, okay, let me know what you need. Let me be able to pass on my knowledge to you. You know, here's what to do if you're dealing with this issue. Here's what to do if you've never experienced this. You know, that I've done it all. I've dealt with all that stuff. You know, if you're Dan Morgan, so I think it's awesome that we chose him. I mean, my other choice probably would have been Luke Kuechly, but you know, Luke didn't want that. He could barely handle the scouting job, you know, but you know, God bless the man. You know, I love him. But this staff could definitely use his knowledge. I still highly encourage him to join this staff. Anytime he wants to. Luke, you open invitation, buddy. Open invitation to join this staff and help us out. Same with Thomas Davis, same with Greg Olsen. Open invitation. Anytime y'all want to give these rookies advice, even if you're signed to a broadcasting contract, whatever you may be doing. Same with you, Cam. You are more than welcome to advise these guys. You know, we fully encourage it, and we would love to have that happen. You know, because these guys are the GOATs, man. These guys are the GOATs of the Carolina Panthers franchise. And, you know, I really believe after hearing and watching what we just did, this team is on the right track. We're going to go somewhere, man. We're going to find success. It's just a matter of time, man. It's a matter of patience and time. You know, you've got to be willing to put up the sacrifice. You've got to be willing to put up, you know, the time, the energy, and be willing to look towards the future, you know, with excitement and joy. Because that's where we are. I love that this coaching staff really, really wants this. We finally found a coaching staff that really, really wants this and really cares. It isn't just going to stick us through the mud and come up with a bunch of excuses why we're not winning, this, that, and the third. No, this coaching staff wants it. You could see the fire and the passion in this coaching staff. That's what I'm looking for. When I'm looking for a coaching staff, when I'm looking for a GM, when I'm looking for players, this is what I'm looking for. This is what we've been hunting for. This is what we've been needing. Because this is what will drive us back to the standard of 14 and 15 in our franchise. This is the start of that journey right here. Right now. You set those standards right out of the gate. You attack, attack, attack. Set the mentality, set the standard, set the energy. And you go, go, go. Work on the mechanics, work on the X's and O's, work on the little things. And the rest should take care of itself. Work on the durability. Make sure these players stay healthy in any way possible. I'm telling you, this is going to lead to good things. Very, very good things. Like I said, if you see a 7 or 8 win season next year, get excited. Get very excited. Because the next 3 or 4 years after that, we're about to do big things. Very big things. As long as we keep it together and Tepper doesn't interfere. That's the two things. We gotta not have. We gotta keep it together. We gotta stay on the path. That means no deviating. No taking a left turn shortcut. You know. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Just go straight. Stay on that path. Do not deviate. And Tepper's got to show some patience. This man has got to keep his hand out of the cookie jar. He's got to not touch anything we're doing. Alright? Anything. Just let these boys cook. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Let the man cook at GM. Let the man cook at head coach. Let these coaches cook. Let these players cook. Don't get involved. Just build chemistry with the players. Build your, you know, be you, really, except for getting involved with everything. Just sit back, enjoy your meal, and watch us work, man. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Why you got to get involved in our stadium upgrades? Why do we need to be moving our training camp? Why change what's working? Why are we changing what's working, Mr. Tepper? That's what I'm asking you. Everybody else is doing what they're supposed to be doing. Why not you? No, we got to come up with some $650 million request from the city of Charlotte for taxpayer money for some garbage, man. Just sit back and enjoy. That's it. We're not asking much from you. You know what I mean? We're not asking much. Like, we know that you love this franchise. We know you love this team, man. And I'm not knocking that at all. I'm not knocking that at all. I encourage that. But there's something to be said when you got all that money. This ain't, you know, this isn't the New York Yankees where you could just buy wins. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Just sit back and enjoy, man. Let things play out. Let things play out, man. And I'm telling you, you will get what you wanted out of this. Alright? And I think you lucked out with Dave. And I think you lucked out with Dan. Because if this had gone any other way, I don't think we would have found what we were looking for. You know what I mean? I as much as I love Steve Wilkes, and I love Steve Wilkes, don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of questions that would have been circling around. You know, how does he approach his offseason? How does he approach his coaching staff? Who does he build? You know? And, you know, it's questions like that that will lead to even bigger questions, you know? How does that translate to the future of the Carolina Panthers? You know, what is his coaching style? Is it the same as Ron Rivera's? Is it the same as his predecessor? You know, there's a lot of things, you know, that while he would have been my second choice, you know, next to Harbaugh, because I would have loved to have Harbaugh here, man. Harbaugh does not screw around, but he would want full control, and Tepper would not allow that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things that there's certain personalities and certain things that do not mesh. You know, and I do understand that. As a fan, I do. But I think we lucked out, y'all. I think we lucked out, and I think we found our winning formula. We're gonna find out, though. That's why I say I think. I don't know. I think. Two totally different things. And I want you to make sure that you don't mix that up. I think we found our winning formula. I'm not locked in on that yet. But this is the start of something beautiful. 100% it is. Is there any other things that you guys want to talk about? Oh, how the Panthers are retooling Bryce Young's footwork to slow down time. Okay, cool. 2.7. How is that achieved? It starts at the bottom. All right, let's read this. This is by Cassidy Hill. Shout out to Cassidy Hill. She's been writing some really good articles. Much love to her. I've been paying attention, by the way. I've been reading your articles. And I have to say I'm impressed. You have been on target. Skater prices 2.7. 2.7 seconds or less. See, that's exactly what I clocked him at, man. The coach landed on 2.7 as his ideal passing time over the 20 years of coaching. He explained back in February that the average pass time comes out at like 2.2. That doesn't mean every pass will come out in less than 3 seconds. Captain certain concepts and play calls will naturally demand more time. Some, Canales went on to explain, will stretch the field and will take an average of 3.4 seconds. Or a play action concept with bootlegs that would cost over 4 seconds. Okay? This dude knows his stuff, man. I mean, you can't deny. The way he's talking about this right now, he knows his stuff. Like, he's not just spitting this out of thin air, folks. He knows what he's talking about. If you kind of get more specific to what you're trying to do, the ball gets to the check down about 2.7. Definitely under 3. I'm really looking at the 3-second mark where Bryce Young better be moving towards the line of scrimmage ready to take off. Checking it down to the back in 3 seconds or less. Yep. Russell Wilson's jumped from 2.6 to 3 in 2018. Cano saw Wilson's average throwing time steadily tick below 3 seconds, then below 2.8. When Wilson went on to Denver in 2022, his average time jumped back up to 2.8 to 2.9. Because of the system that Denver was trying to run with Sean Payton. That's why. The amount of passes thrown under 2.5 seconds dropped more than 9%. Those gaps are small, but they are windows against the NFL defense. Facts. Facts. See, I love reading stuff like this. This is fascinating to me. Because I'm a West Coast man. I love the West Coast offense. 2.7. Okay. Second best passer creator rating of his career. Some of the timing, it should be noted, had to do with the type of offense each team runs. Thank you. Exactly what I said. Wilson was working under a Sean Payton offense in Denver, which did not fit his style of play. I've said that many times. With Cleveland, Mayfield ran more of an under-center offense requiring longer developing plays. In Tampa, he was lined up more in the shotgun. That was deliberate, though, in order to get the ball out quicker. That's why we're going to be running shotgun a lot. That's exactly why he wanted that done. Simply stating the intention to have a quarterback's throwing time is one thing, though. How is it achieved? Let's go. And I love this. She pointed out the same thing I did in this article. Well done. This was Cassidy Hill. Shout out to Cassidy Hill again. Well written article. And I love that you pointed out that particular clip. Because I pointed it out as well. Let's see. Where is it? So she specifically cut out that clip of the 2.7 seconds. Even hundredths of a second. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It seems like it's all the same when you're watching a film, Carol said. If you don't know what you're looking at, it just looks like the quarterback's just taking a drop. Exactly. To the average casual Panthers or NFL fan, it just looks like the player's just taking a typical drop back. But when you really look at it, and I mean really look at the speed that it takes to get that ball out, it's a totally different concept. He's watching a different game than most. Yeah, it's a detail. It's detail oriented. You've got to be able to spot this. When it comes to watching Young, this isn't. He's watching his feet. We are focused on getting his feet right and organizing the concepts that he gets to throw, so that he is getting the ball out quickly. Try to be consistent with his footwork so everything flows from the ground up. Everything flows from the ground up. I want to highlight that right there. That's important. Canales says it all starts with our feet. It starts with the rhythm and timing in the pass game. And people that have done like dancing and stuff like that, like Blitzball does like salsa dancing and stuff like that, he understands this better than anybody. Because like everything starts with your feet, you know? Everything flows through your feet and your footwork and how you move. So I love that. Rhythm and timing are two very, very big staples of the West Coast offense. Whether it's under center, play actions, or in the gun with drop back passes. Exactly. How feasible is it to change the footwork and shave off the 1/10 of a second as a result? Very feasible according to Carroll. According to Carroll, he says Bryce has a lot of nuances that he'll do depending on the route, depending on the reading, and can time up exactly as the receiver is breaking. He's breaking off his back foot as well. So we're breaking at the same time or even with anticipation before the receiver breaks. Correct. That's exactly how this works. And I can show you some Madden gameplay that can prove like how that's done. There are tiny trigger steps that he'll use in his adjustment steps. He'll use or resets. He'll try to quicken up his drop or keep a better balance so he can make those throws the way he needs to. We're trying to get the ball out faster. We're trying to get those guys out of the backfield, trying to get guys into the flat, trying to get space for him to throw. It all starts with a consistency of the footwork and a preparation before the snap so he can assess the defense quickly. Assess the defense quickly and get the ball out appropriately. And that's the other half of the battle, is assessing the defense quickly. You know, yes, Bryce Young is intelligent, but how quick on his feet is he? How quick thinking is he? That's the other part of this. If he's quick thinking, this is going to work out really, really well. That's what I'm looking for. As Young's accuracy, as Canales previously mentioned, the ability to throw on the run without resetting are both aspects that can build off of as well. Taking that throwing clock even lower and lower in practice. Ideally, Carroll said it will be below 2 seconds eventually, and a small amount of time to the naked eye. But the difference between wins and losses during the season. Yes. Correct. We know once the clock ticks into 3 seconds, you can't always control the pass rush, even if you feel like you have protection. So the goal is always to get that ball as quickly as possible in the rhythm of the play of the footwork. Yeah, the goal, it's not just Bryce, though. Correct. You got to have your wide receivers, your running backs, your tight ends on time. You know, I don't want to put the hero balls. I don't want all these hero balls, so that's why he's always putting himself at risk. For Young to do his part, the receivers and offensive line also do their jobs. In coaching it, Carroll highlights both a specifically and flexibility to give the quarterback structure and freedom within any given play. Any given play, folks. Not just once in a while, any given play. That's how you build consistency. That's how you build tempo. That's how you build rhythm in a drive. We teach a lot of these routes off steps. So the receivers know exactly how many steps they're taking. The quarterback knows how many steps he's taking, so we're on the same page. There are some times we teach off the depths and we give the receivers options to choose how many different turns at the top of the different set of steps to create more separation. Because an open receiver is a lot easier to throw to than a covered receiver. So there's timing routes, and then there are routes where we just ask them to get more open. So we give the quarterback variables in the footwork for those types of things so he can be ready to deal faster or slower based on what the receiver is doing with his route. Faster or slower. Based on the route. Think about that, folks. This dude has figured it out. He has a formula. He knows exactly what he wants. I love this. Even if there's a clock on Young and Andy Dalton in camp, the ultimate goal is not so much to achieve a 2.7 average throwing time, although it is the most obvious step to take, but rather than create a pace that flows during games. A pace that flows during games. I'm highlighting that line right there. Yes. That's exactly what you want. As a person that runs the West Coast and Madden all the time, that is crucial to making this work. We're looking for the rhythm that fits the pass concepts. As we've been able to be on the field through Phase 2 and now in OTAs, being able to see these concepts come to life with different coverages, different pressures, different types of receivers. That's where the growth is really starting to happen for Bryce and even Andy. And he's got a natural way to kind of create that rhythm. And I mean, if this system can resurrect Andy Dalton's bad year last year and get him back in the system again and get him working again, I'm all for it. By building in options, the rhythm is naturally created as well. If the quarterback has multiple targets out of any given trees, even that plays by definition are scrambled drills held a structure for more optimal success. Building it is as in a progression type of offense for him, whose number 1 happens fast, so he gets to number 2, number 3, and quickly as well. Less than 3 seconds is the average time it takes you to get through the 2 reads. Facts, correct. So, these guys understand all of this stuff and what it takes to get this stuff done. You can see this just in the past week. He's gotten a lot better on Monday. It was his best day. We've been playing fast collectively at the position group and the quarterback position group. And it's critical whether it's the right road or not, getting through these progressions, getting on number 2, number 3. Usually those guys are as open as number 1. Just get through your progression, get to the next play, and let the pass rush, and don't let the pass rush beat you. Correct. Yep. And the coaching staff gets to know Young better. The rhythm will adjust how they build a playbook and eventually call games. We're going to fit this offense to Bryce. Right now, we're in the process of teaching all of our concepts still. We're still closer through training camp, and then finally in the season, we'll finally get a real offense and what we're going to be doing with Bryce. And he'll have the input at times on certain things that he likes. We'll try to make the best out of what we have here and try to be as hard to stop on offense as possible. You build a quarterback from the ground up. It takes time and patience, complete trust in the process. Process is still ongoing for Young and the Panthers as the clock ticks closer to the start of the season. It will slow down for Bryce Young, making 2.7 seconds feel like all the time in the world. Beautiful article. Beautiful article. I love this. I love this article. There's so much to break down in here. And you can find this on the Panthers news page. Shout out Cassidy Hill. Very, very intelligent writer. I like her. I like what she's doing here, and I've read a handful of good articles from her, and I just want to shout her out real quick, man, because that's big right there. And it very accurately explains what in detail what we're trying to do. You know, concept wise, but it doesn't give away the farm. You know what I mean? And I love that. I can give you the rest of the farm, you know, as far as like my thoughts and my opinions on it. You know, but I don't want to do that either because I don't want other teams getting an idea of what we're doing. You know, way ahead of time. You know, so I can break down these games pretty accurately now, and with a lot more confidence because I understand what this system is supposed to be. And it's essentially a West Coast offense. Really. A newly minted West Coast offense. You know, built around Bryce Young, built around timing, rhythm, tempo, everything that I was explaining when I was doing Madden games. You know, and I've shown you in full detail how that plays out during games. So I've shown you the basic 4 plays that I use, you know, as basic audibles. But you can kind of use your imagination from there, add in stuff, sweeps, jet sweeps, you know, option routes, all kinds of juicy plays that you could throw into that playbook. And I mean, those are just the basic concepts. If you got the timing and rhythm correctly, down pat, you're going to find success. And I was doing dropbacks, by the way. I was doing dropbacks. This man wants to do shotgun, which is even more protection. And I approve. I think that's the right way to go with this. Because it cuts down. It honestly does. I might even try to experiment a little bit with some shotgun stuff. But the play calling that I use for my audibles are drop back those plays though. Because that's just how it's set up. In the playbooks for the different Madden games. Like they make you have to drop back. But imagine if I was running everything out of shotgun with the same plays that I was running, you know, with that. Imagine what that would do. And that's what you're going to be seeing with the Panthers here in the next 2 to 3 years. You know, be on the lookout for this. Except with a very, very expanded playbook of plays that I wouldn't even think of putting in there. Heck, Dave might even surprise me. and that's saying something. He might even get ingenuitive about this, which I encourage it. Get ingenuitive. Get inspired. Do something different, you know? I want something different out of this. I want that creativeness out of this playbook coming forward. Like, do stuff that I would never even think of doing with the West Coast. And tailor it to Bryce Young. We're going to find success, y'all. I see the future. It looks bright. It looks very, very bright. That's a beautiful article, though. Oh, man. I might... You know what? I'm going to share that with my team, man. I'm going to share that with my team. Connecting with staff even in hot yoga class. Wow. That's what's up right there. Yeah, from the ground up. That's the one I want. Right there. Shout out Cassidy Hill. Great article. Excellent article. But yeah. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about before I get out of here? Anything at all? Shout out to anybody that's in chat right now. Appreciate y'all are watching. Much love to you. But yeah. I'm very encouraged. We might be sitting on a 7 to 8 win season next year. But don't worry about that. Don't worry about that record. All that does is just put us in the conversation for a wild card. What you should be looking for is what's going to happen in 2025, in 26, in 27. Watch what happens in those 3 years. Because that's when we're going to come after you like a freight train. And we will not slow down. We will not stop. We will not pass a go. We will not collect $200. We will come at you like a freight train. If this system and this plan stays on track, it does not get interfered with, that's what's going to happen. I'm telling you now, that's what's going to happen. I would not say it publicly if I didn't believe that. If the system doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay, fair enough. We try something else until we find something that works. But that coaching strategy of Dave Canales' though, that's a solid one. That's a solid one. Even if the system doesn't work, we find another offense. You know? And we keep trying until we find it. You know? With the same coach. Because I feel like this is the right coach. You know? If he needs to change the system up, then he needs to change it up. But I feel like we should at least give him 2 to 3 years. Let's see this system fully develop with all the players that we need. Let's go through one more offseason. Let's build this team up fully to where it should be. You know, to the quality of players that we had in 14 and 15. You know, and let's go to work. If the system doesn't work, we find another system. Keep the same coach. That's how I feel about it. I feel very strongly that Dave Canales is the right coach for us. Regardless of whatever system you want to put in. I feel like Dan Morgan is the right GM for us. Regardless of whatever system you want to put in. Leave those two alone. I feel like Evero Ajaro is the right defensive coordinator for us. Regardless of whatever system that we try to put in offensively. If it works, it works. If it does not, it does not. But leave these 3 coaches alone. Do not screw with them. Alright? Mr. Tepper, I'm telling you, be patient. Now is the time to be patient. You got your coaching staff assembled that is going to win. At some point down the road, it will win. These boys are passionate. They're doing every little thing correctly. Be patient. I'll repeat that as many times as I have to throughout the next 3 years. Till you get it through your thick skull that you can't just fire people on a whim just for the heck of it. Alright? Because I know that's what you're going to want to do. Just based on the past 3 years. You hired those 2 garbage coaches to begin with. So I don't want to hear it. This crew knows what they're doing. Let them cook. I never approved of Matt Rule or Frank. Neither one. I never fully approved. But I do approve of Dave Canales. I do approve of Dan Morgan. I do approve of Evero Ajaro. I vouch for all 3. And I vouch for this coaching staff right now. Until I see different. So, let's put the words into action. Let's start pushing this, man. Let's start getting some wins. 6 to 7 wins, that's what I expect. If we go over that, I'm going to be over the moon happy. because that means we're ahead of schedule. Let's get to work, man. No excuses. Just work. No excuses. Just work, man. Alright, let's bring it in, man. This team will find success very, very soon. Y'all stay happy, healthy, and well. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of joy with you today. It's also been a lot of frustration talking about Tapper, but we're here. But we're taking this journey together, y'all, as a family. So as I always like to say, keep pounding. In the name of Sam Mills, keep pounding. Shout out Marcos Cash, shout out Lock Poppy, shout out Adrian. Appreciate y'all for coming in here and anybody else that's joined us. We appreciate it. And much love to all of you. I'm about to head out of here. You can catch me on Twitch doing some gaming. And also on this channel doing some gaming. But I might just enjoy a little bit of time for a little bit today. We'll see. We'll see. But I wanted to get this stream done and put my opinions out there on this. But appreciate y'all, man. In the name of Sam Mills, keep pounding. Peace, y'all.
Ice up, son. What's up? Ice up, son. What's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. The Panthers on a prowl will continue driving down the field to the red zone. We just got a first down and 10. Smitty on the loose, wide open Ted again. Stack 6 more on the board, looking like a win. With the 6-game winning streak, put them out their misery. Brady wanna cry when the ref threw the penalty. Panthers got a hot team, Patriots the enemy. Draw the first blood, different team than we used to be. Cam swerving through the traffic, signaling a first down. Fans on their feet and the crowd getting really loud. Offense did a job off the field. There's a towel. Bank of America. Stadium is going down. Defense got him pushed back to the end zone. Hardy with the sack. That's a safety and we got the ball. Rushing on your shotgun. Staring at the barrel, y'all. All New England fans hear him saying that ain't fair at all. Ice up, son. What's up? Ice up, son. What's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. Ice up, son. What's up? Ice up, son. What's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. Better watch the linebacker. He can read you like a book. Run 40 yards just to tackle Luke. Got him shook. Tober like a tank. And D'Angelo with the fake. Stiff arm out of bounds. 25 to game. Stewart back, healthy 3 lethal running backs. It's suicide and the wide receivers, it's a rout. Secret weapon make plays, Greg Olsen make it happen. Keep pounding on these haters, we ain't playing John Madden. Legion of the hood, hometown go boom. Force and fumbles, Panthers making sure the ball is loose. Jack move, Charles Johnson, yeah, he will come attack you. State of mind, mentally and physically, we pass you. Godfrey in the nickel back, and he making sure we're safe. Panthers on the prowl, we gon' come and elevate the state. Hard fought thriller, only 59 seconds left. Panther fans on the feet, heart beating out the chest. Ice up, son, what's up? Ice up, son, What's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. Ice up, son. What's up? Ice up, son. What's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. Ice up, son. What's up? Ice up, son. What's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. Ice up, son. What's up? Ice up, son. Carolina,